And we should be live, hopefully. Hopefully the mic isn't doing the thing. Wow! Hey, my times have been weird lately, but give me a little credit. I'm trying harder, damn it. After work's also always a toss-up. Yesterday was horrible. I just straight up forgot about the stream because I meant to post like halfway through the day that I was going to push it to today. And that just didn't happen, and I forgot that it didn't happen because work was very fucking stressful. Hey, Hypnotic. How are y'all doing? I hope you're doing good. I have a slight headache going, so I'm hoping that doesn't continue. But honestly, it is what it is. Is my boy working? Yeah, my boy's working. I just had a busy day at work. I mean, nothing too crazy. Explaining the same basic shit to adults and trying to do my job and coworkers being extra. It is what it is. What? Oh no, that's not good. Currently sitting on my as waiting for sitting on my as waiting for Helldivers to load me the fucking so many people playing this shit. Yes, I get what you're saying. I just think it's funny because my brain actually fucking read it as because it's just as. I want to play that. Wait, how expensive is that fucking game? It's Helldivers. Let me look it up. I haven't actually looked at it. I want to play it. I've seen the fucking previews for it. It looks good. Is it Helldivers 2? Do 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 do. Oh, okay. Let me see. Oh yeah, that would wait until next paycheck at least. $40, bro. Why are all the good-looking games so fucking pricey? Dog! It does look bussin' though. My mom has been sick, and on Thursday I got sick. Yesterday was a horrible shift of sniffling. Aww. What the it doesn't look cheaper than usual. It doesn't show that it's reduced, just that it's $39.99. What? I hope you're doing the things that you should be doing though, zombie. Eating things or drinking things that make your throat feel better, and maybe taking slightly extra vitamins and or like orange juice and that kind of shit. Oh, that's not good. Also, if you haven't taken a COVID test, that's definitely something you should do. I fucking hate that though. That's stupid. I come from PlayStation 1 era, dog. That's so expensive. Fucking $40 to $60 on a game, bro. I fucking, you know how much shit I can buy for $40? I know. I know. I'm aware. Doesn't make it any better or worse, brother. Yeah. Go do something. Oh yeah. I caved and I got a pair of Deadpool shorts at work because they were really cheap. They say made in the 90s, which is funny because I was. Yeah. I'd rather wait until it's close to when work starts again so I can get free days off. What the fuck? For your own health, you really should, just so you know what the fuck is going on. Zombie, I would strangle your motherfucking ass. I have water, and I'm trying to decide, do I want to have Monster Rehab tea and lemonade, or do I want some Monster Aussie lemonade? I think I'm going to have some Rehab, because it just sounds better right now. I'm so glad I have tomorrow off. I might stream earlier in the day. I don't know. I only have one stream planned at 3, but it's with Endo. This week is just a bunch of games with Endo, because I wanted to get them done and over with. I love playing with Endo, but at the same time, I want to have, like, a few weeks where he can't guilt me into, like, streaming. ASMR. Monster Rehab. Tea and lemonade. Bless it. Bless it. I'm not really hungry because I have enough of like a headache lurking in the back of my skull that I feel like if I ate something right now I'd probably get nauseous, but I am thirsty, so that works. So yeah, we're we're gonna look at some true crime. Some true crime. I'm not gonna do the trigger warning screen. Y'all should know it at this point. It's true crime. It touches on really dark subjects. The first case, I think, specifically has to do with the child, so there's your extra special warning. I downloaded the videos. Let me pause it. I actually downloaded the things. Are you proud of me? Are you proud? You should be. I remembered to do it this morning. So close to last minute, but I remembered to do it, so. At least I should get credit for that. I did the thing. We won't have to sit through stupid fucking ads. Oh, no. I don't wanna. Around the World. I wanna listen to Around the World. Yeah. It's a good song. This lives in my fucking skull rent free. Yeah, boy. No, it's not. Why is it doing that? There you go, that's better. The fuck? I have a sudden desire to make jungle music. I'm going to have to dedicate time to learn, but hopefully I'll make something decent at some point soon. And I want to upload it to Lucy Gaming. Might rename it DJ Lucy. Aww! Heck yeah! Epic. Hell yeah, dog. Jungle music is fun music. It really just gives me old school vibes. What you doing? Slime. Okay. What's your charm? Little star. Nice. The creaking is the fucking stool I'm using. It's dying. So that's fun. Eventually I will have to get an actual... Cute. I'll have to get an actual chair. I've been without my fucking chair for the desk since Endo broke it, so... I've been putting it off because we have to pay for hot water heater and stuff. 6-hour drive, I had to wait to get my... Oh, shit. Other than that, how you doing, Reaper? Around the World. This is such a good fucking song to vibe to. You guys don't know how tempted I am to take half an edible just to kind of chill, because my brain hurts, dude. I fucking feel that. I am so tired. Like, I'm still streaming because I'm at the end of the day, I'd probably be zoning out and watching true crime anyway, so it's like, yeah, I'll chill with people. But, fuck. And it wasn't anything, like, over the top today. It's just how busy the store was. It's just, I think everything's just catching up to me. Health stuff's going on right now with my mom and dad that I can't, like, fully get into, which is very frustrating and annoying and upsetting, and other weird healthcare bullshit going on involving endo as well, which fucking sucks. And then the hot water heater dying, and I can't get overtime at work. My work right now, so I'm capped at 40 hours, and also gonna be dedicating my next session fully upgrading my PC. I've been holding it off too long. Hey, there we go. Almost. Keyword almost. Within the next few weeks, though, hopefully we'll be able to get that all sorted, though, at least for the hot water. I don't know about anything else. Unfortunately, that's not down to me. That's down to family members and our healthcare system and stuff, so it's fun. I also have to do the grown-up thing of doing my taxes in the next, like, half a week, which isn't hard. It's just, in my position, it's not hard because I don't have a lot of things going on financial and shit. It's really just answering a questionnaire that doesn't really change yearly and then waiting on a return, but it's boring. God bless TurboTax. I don't even have to fuck with anything. I just plug in some numbers, answer some questions, done. Busted. Right? I don't usually end up owing anything. I usually get money back tax time every year because of where I'm at financially and what happens with my paychecks and the amount that I make and all that. Around the world, around the world. It's a bustin' song. I don't know what you're talking about, zombie. It's like 4 to 5 a.m. And this just randomly pops into my head. Hell yeah, no. around the world. Easy monies. Yeah. But whenever I do get around to doing my taxes, I'm trying to save up just right now in general. Partially right now because I have to because of the hot water heater situation, but just in general, I honestly want to just start saving up and being smarter. And part of saving up means I will hopefully have enough for a VR headset sometime at least before August is what I'm putting the cutoff date for that at, for me to actually like sit down and order the thing. So what the fuck? No. No. Why would I do that? Why would I do that? Days like today, oh my god, make me sad that that I don't have a setup in my room where I can just lay down on my bed and stream. We can watch true crime and I can just be just the chillest motherfucker in my bed. when I'm a grown up and I have my own place, I want to have a setup like that where I have like a bed / like reclining sofa set up with my PC and TV and stuff right there, and I can literally stream from my couch if I want to. That would be pretty bussin'. Just for easy streams, comfy streams. Yeah, there you go. Let me mute Daft Punk or I'm gonna get fucking struck. Twitch is gonna hit me on the PP. I don't like that. I don't give them consent to do that. Okay. So it should work. Okay, let me get display, no, not display capture. Window capture. No. Do I have to do display capture? If I do, this can get very annoying. No. Why is it not showing it? Okay, I'm a little annoyed. Huh. Weird. Maybe I will just have to capture screen. That's gonna be very annoying, dog. Okay, wait, let me try this. We'll try games. It's usually just program. No? Oh, there you go, media player. Yeah. Fruit snacks and bitches. Yeah. Hey, Star. What is up, my G? Oh, is it not gonna? No? It's not gonna capture it? This is so sad. This is so sad. Hello? Wow, it really don't recognize it. Why is it doing this? Well, I might have to do display capture. I didn't want to, but... That is very funky. I guess we're doing display capture up in this, though. I guess. This is a good way to start this fucking video. Oh my god. This man's shirtless the whole time, I think, so that's bussin'. Who's your friend? So this one is the case of Michael Miller. The next one is Tyler Edmonds, I think. I could be wrong and I could be mixing them up. It'll tell us in the documentary. It's fine. Twitch can suck my cock and balls. It's educational. Y'all are learning today! Learning! Let me double check. Fucking mute that tab. So this is by Explore With Us. I'm going to go ahead and share the link. See, I'm giving credit where credit is due. We've watched Explore With Us before. They're funky boys. It's probably going to mention that it's by this person, but I just want to make sure y'all are aware it's this person. Detective Bald Spot right off the bat. Very nice. Like I said, trigger warning, true crime. This one involves at least a child that I'm aware of. I didn't spoiler myself. I haven't heard of this case that I'm aware of, so we're experiencing it basically all together for the first time. We'll see just how that goes. The name of it is 4-year-old refuses to die after mass killer dad goes on rampage. So we're gonna hate this motherfucker. I have a feeling we're gonna hate this fucking bitch. You can't just kill your fucking children.
She was screaming, and I grabbed the knife and I started walking.
You guys gotta tell me
if
it's too quiet or too loud, because it is kind of quiet.
I got her by the hair or by the arm and just sunk it in her. I stabbed her. I stuck it in his arm and twisted it.
God damn.
Why your son?
Oh my god. Okay.
The devil had me.
Oh my god. He was listening to that devil music. I hate it when that happens.
Scream.
Also, So he stabbed, he just mentioned stabbing a girl and a male, so I'm assuming he stabbed or attacked both of his children, so that sucks. That's not fun.
Just screaming, Dad!
What the fuck?
He wouldn't die. I was so angry at my family, I wanted them dead.
What the hell?
What is your emergency?
Oh, yeah, 911
I just killed my family.
Oh, this is Michael Miller, I'm guessing. What the fuck?
Are you sure that you did this and you're not dreaming?
Is that a standard question? Are you sure you did this and you weren't dreaming? That you horrifically murdered your fucking family, dog?
I hope I am just freaking out. I hope to God it is, but it's not. It's real. I haven't been sleeping.
I'm surprised. I'm hoping this is cut because I'm really surprised that the caller hasn't asked where he's at, what his location is, what the deal is.
And I killed him. Okay, how many are there? 3. Wife and 2 children. How old are they? My wife is 20 years. My son is 10. My son is 4. This isn't a joke.
Good God, those were like actual fucking fetuses, dog.
I felt like someone really died. The spirit of God came on me and I did it. Have you been having some problems?
Huh? This man really gonna use Jesus told me to stab my family as a defense. How'd you switch from Jesus to the devil? Because you said the devil in the... Huh?
But I'm not myself. I'm...
Oh, there we go. Never mind.
Have you been drinking tonight? No, I'm not. Okay.
Hello, Charlie.
It's my son.
In the early morning hours of May 30th, 2009, 29-year-old Michael Miller called 911
I didn't know
with a
what
chilling
year.
message. Moments ago, he claimed to have killed his wife and 2 children.
That is messed up.
Michael apparently spiraled out of...
Let's see. A Glendale man accused of stabbing his wife and 2 children and then calling 911. Told police he was possessed and that God and Lucifer told him to do it, like both of them. Michael Miller, 29, and his wife Adriana were arguing at their home near 79th Avenue and Camelback Road on Saturday because Miller had not slept well the night before. What the fuck? Miller told police that he became frustrated and stabbed his wife several times. When his 10-year-old entered the room, Miller says he grabbed her by the hair and stabbed. What the fuck? Oh, the son's expected to live. So did the son actually live? Miller told police he is bipolar and schizophrenic. That's not a good mix. And that he usually takes medication to help him sleep. The medication did not work Friday night, which led to the argument with his wife, according to the document. That's terrifying.
Launching a rampage that resulted in a case that unfolds like a real-life horror story. However, as Michael recalls the details of his vicious crime, authorities grapple with trying to uncover the truth of what really happened that night. The following footage has been evaluated by a professional team, including a licensed professional counselor and a licensed clinical psychologist. After an unusual 911 call, authorities aren't sure what to expect as they arrive at the Miller suburban family home in Glendale, Arizona on May 30th, 2009. But it wasn't this. As they pull up to the house, Michael Miller is standing outside wearing nothing.
Stop queefing your slime, dog. I'm trying to get it back in. Oh, does it smell good? Yeah, it's not that strong. That doesn't really smell like it to me. That just smells like chemicals. That surprises me because it's the same one that smells like buttered popcorn. And That's a very fucking poofy slime. Moon got a marshmallow slime during her birthday at the mall. And I got a buttered popcorn of the same one. And it doesn't really smell like marshmallow. Which is funky because it's the same brand that, same as one of the brands that I opened up on the slime stream. The Nutella one that was in, like, the jar that looked like Nutella. And it fucking smells. That shit still smells like Nutella. Like, I don't know what chemicals they're using, but it hits all the good fucking spots in your brain, bro.
But his underwear.
Oh
He's
my! Oh, no one needs to see
his
that.
His entire body stained with blood.
No one needs to see that.
In his 911 call, he's
VTech. Why does every house have something that's VTech in it?
Seemed to be lucid, but now
I remember the fucking VTech systems. Them shits were disgusting.
Why?
They just were.
Something is different.
Wow.
He tells police he's not sure what happened. The only thing he knows is that he's mentally unwell and his entire family
We've never
is
had a
dead
VTech phone, but our
inside.
household has had,
Or
like,
so
the
he
VTech
thinks.
video game consoles
Suddenly,
for
Michael's
aimed
voice
towards, like,
drops
younger
to
kids.
a hair-raising whisper. He tells first responders he's been possessed, ominously warning that something serious is happening to his soul.
Huh?
What authorities would find inside
Well,
the
here's
home
where I have to say, what's more terrifying is if he actually is bipolar and schizophrenic, and he either didn't take his meds or something was up with his meds. He might have actually thought that he heard like voices telling him to do things. That's the fucking terrifying thing about schizophrenia, dog. Depending on how bad it is and what the person's history is with it, it can very much cause auditory and visual hallucinations. Like, that's just something that you suffer through. So he very well could have thought that fucking Jesus and Lucifer were telling him, stab your family, stab them right now, kill them right now.
would leave them utterly haunted, questioning whether Michael was an evil genius,
What?
This thing stank. You wanna smell it?
No thanks, I'm good.
a victim of circumstance, or something in between. As police enter the residence, they're met with a horrifying scene.
Okay, before I know any of the details right now, I'm going to claim that my thought process, I think, is probably going to be a mixture of mental health and shitty situations. I don't think it's like he planned to do this. I think it very much is going to be a mixture of mental health and, like, shitty situations, either, like, financial or other stressors like weighing on him, which doesn't give you an excuse to murder your fucking family, but I'm just saying I think it's those combined things that we're going to learn is the probable cause for why he snapped and did what he did. It's going to be the mix of schizophrenia and then other stressors. I don't think he, like, planned it, unless they show us actual, like, documents or whatever that are like, oh, yeah, he took out, like, massive life insurance on, yeah, now that's suspect, but
A broken cell phone
I
lay in
doubt
pieces
that
on the
that's
floor
the
next to a
actual
dent in
thing.
the wall.
Why was
Empty
the cell
alcohol
phone
bottles
censored?
cluttered
You know, goddamn Mike's Hard Lemonade, let's go. That shit
and
busted.
several family photos rested in a
I
heap
haven't had
next to the living room
any
couch,
mics in so long.
a couch that
It's
was
been, like,
converted
almost,
into a makeshift
it's been
bed.
more than half a year.
Like everything else, the blanket and pillow were freshly stained
Ew.
with red.
Ew.
Stains are splashed across the
God.
walls,
Oh,
with pools
God,
collecting
bro.
underneath 3 victims on the floor. Throughout the home,
I love
red
that they show
footprints
it.
mark the steps of their killer and the moments just after his brutal attacks.
Damn.
Police rush to help Michael's family, but they're too
How
late.
many? I'm kind of
His
morbidly
wife,
curious as to how
28-year-old
many
Adriana
times they
Miller,
were stabbed.
and their daughter, 10-year-old Valerie, show no signs of life. Their attention shifts when they hear a soft cry from Michael's
Oh my
4-year-old son,
God.
Brian. Somehow, despite severe injuries,
Jesus Christ,
he's still breathing.
bro.
Police wait for backup, but the boy
Aww, it's SpongeBob. Look at all the SpongeBob, bro. That shit's beautiful. SpongeBob, 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 SpongeBob. I see many SpongeBob. Real talk though, if the kid is the only survivor, how fucked is that? Your dad is more than likely rotting away in prison because he fucking snapped and murdered your entire family. At least your immediate, like, your actual household. How do you even begin to process that at 4 years old? Like,
fast.
that's
Every
some fucking
second counts,
trauma,
and
dog.
He's dropping in and out
Like,
of
I only hope
consciousness.
that if he does survive, he has other extended family members that can take care of him and that can care for him. Because I feel like the worst thing that could happen in this situation is that he ends up in, like, social service situation and he ends up in the system. That would suck. That would be the fucking worst.
Once help arrives, the 4-year-old is
That's a
airlifted to
beautiful
a nearby
drawing.
hospital. His injuries are so extensive,
Spang
authorities
Bob.
know they're inches away from declaring this home the scene of a triple homicide.
Jeez.
Michael Miller has some explaining to do.
You don't say.
This is gonna feel so
Oh my
good
god.
with these
So
cuffs on.
he's pantsless in it too. Is he actually going to be Do they have to give him clothes? What are the rules? I don't know what the rules are for interrogation rooms. They can't be buck ass naked. But like he's covering his genitals are covered. So I wonder if they have to get him clothing or if they can just be like, "Yep, now we question you in your fucking underwear."
Probably hurt, huh? After a while.
Yeah, very bad.
Don't make those sounds. No.
Back at the station, Michael wastes
Oh,
no
is he gonna
time
get a
complaining.
blanket?
While childish, this behavior isn't entirely unusual after committing a crime. It's a way for perpetrators to attempt to play the victim.
Okay.
However, they usually aren't acting like this
Something.
to this extreme degree. Michael may also be using his discomfort as a distraction in hopes of avoiding the discussion.
You guys
that's
need to
to
tell me
come.
if the video is too
Yet
loud or
evidence
too
of
quiet.
Michael's recent violence
Stop
is
it!
written
It was
all over
groaning.
his
It wasn't
body.
moaning.
A red handprint stains his right arm,
Jesus
and
Christ,
strange
man.
marks are on the tops of his feet, marks that Michael will repeatedly draw attention to during his interview. Once he's alone,
Can we stop
Michael
showing
begins
images of his
speaking to
fucking
himself.
feet? Ew.
It's good.
Cases like this always have me like question everything because again, if he actually has schizophrenia, if he is a diagnosed schizophrenic, and if he was like off his meds for X amount of time or had an issue or something wasn't working correctly, he very much could believe he did it for a reason, or he could like that. Unfortunately, is a very real fucking thing. For me, that's why the idea of having schizophrenia is so scary. Is the idea of you not knowing or you having to try to tell what's real and what's not. I don't want to have to question my reality, dog. That just sounds like a lot, you know?
What happened?
I kind of wish that more videos or documentaries that did this kind of thing also showed any release like police car footage as well, because I kind of want to know what his behavior was as soon as he was placed in cuffs and put in the back of the car. Was he talking to himself like this? Was he dead silent? Was he crying? Like what was, I would love to know what the actual emotions were, or the portrayed emotions, if we're going off of a lot of like serial killers and killers where they fake emotions. I would love to know.
Truth, Father. Father, God, I'm telling the truth.
Like, I'd love to know how fucking religious he was before this.
1,000 years, I'm telling the truth. Just want to get out of here. Jesus, set me free. Set me free, Jesus.
Michael is in a modified pyramid pose with his hands, typically associated with being in control and confident. This is very strange considering the situation.
Michael is a special
you would feel
boy,
out of
dog.
control.
Bashful. Let me tell the truth. Father God, I come to you before you in the name of Jesus. Asking you, Father, help me tell the truth.
Like, even just from the perspective of that 4-year-old, if that 4-year-old survives, he's never going to see his mom again. He's never going to see his sister again. Like, just wrapping your head around that, man. The fact that you've lost both of those people. Then to put on top of the fact that it was your dad that did what happened, and that you probably aren't going to see your dad again for a while because of it. Like, god damn. They didn't even give my man a wet wipe. They were like, nah, you can sit in the blood mess that you made.
He had a big smile on his face. I think they're okay.
What?
You guys are okay. I love you, baby. I miss you.
What the fuck?
Jail. Oh, Father, I love you.
What the hell?
Just take me where you want me to go.
What the fuck?
As the detective approaches the room, Michael makes a point to emphasize his feelings of discomfort.
God, it hurts. My shoulders hurt so bad. Oh my God.
Man, shut the fuck up. I hate that.
Hey, Michael. Hey,
I fucking
my
hate
shoulders
that.
hurt so bad.
Just like a little sore, or
Like, yeah, it's sore. It's because my arms were back there for so long, and now it's like, it feels good to stretch them out.
can you lift them up, stretch?
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, it feels good. Oh, I was in those cuffs for a long time.
Sorry about that. Sorry about that.
It's okay.
Hey,
You
Michael, like I
fucking
said downstairs, my
murdered
name's
your.
Brad
I hate
McMillan.
that. I'm sorry. I don't care what your mental state is. I fucking hate that. You murdered your entire family, or at least at this point you think you did. Like, that child is in a life or death situation right now. But what the fuck? You are that upset that your fucking shoulders and wrists hurt because you were cuffed because you murdered your family. What? Huh? Again, a morbid side of me is also curious as to how many stab wounds for each person. Because for me, that also kind of shows the degree of, like, emotion / anger in what you were doing. What the hell? Play.
I'm a
Okay.
detective
Yeah.
with the Glendale Police Department.
Play.
Okay.
I was asked to come in here and talk to you about why we're here and what happened.
I want to know. Yeah.
And Michael, do you like to go by Mike or Michael?
Either or, it doesn't matter. I'm called Mike or Michael. It doesn't matter.
Oh,
Mike,
okay.
whatever you're comfortable
Mikey. Call him
The
Mikey.
detective starts by collecting
Yeah.
background information,
Do
which can
it!
help him establish a baseline for Michael's behavior.
I think he's just going to use
Understanding
Michael.
how Michael communicates during
Which is
routine
annoying.
conversation
I would call
makes
him
it
Mikey
easier to pick up
immediately,
on
bro.
deception in the future. In Michael's case, this baseline is especially important. During his 911 call, he shared with authorities that he's been diagnosed as both bipolar and schizophrenic. Early in the investigation, authorities are always on high alert.
So now we have to
indication that
wonder. I was going to
suspects
say,
aren't
now
being
we have to
truthful,
wonder, is he
and
lying
they know
about
it's not
those?
unusual for people to
Like,
falsely
it was.
claim
August
Oh, God, I
8th.
didn't mean to
How
do
long
that.
were you guys dating before that?
works on Bill.
Like, was he lying about that? Because I could have sworn that was also on the article that was pulled up too, which would make me think that they at least fact checked that, but who knows? Because if he isn't faking the schizophrenia, then that throws a lot of things up into the air. If he is faking the schizophrenia, then I could see it be a more of a snap plan decision, if that makes sense. Where it's like, I didn't have a solid plan, but I was getting ready to do something, and it just kind of happened.
Building rapport by asking how long Michael and Adriana have been married.
11 years. Well, this August will be 11 years.
How long were you guys dating before that?
A year and a half, year and 4 months. Well, we started dating on April 8th, and we got married August 8th. Yeah, a year and 4 months.
Where'd you guys meet?
Damn,
Wendy.
that seems really fast. Know someone for a year and a half and then get married.
Wendy's.
Wendy's.
Like, were you guys working there?
We were working there, and I was closing, and
Well,
she
they
was
were
closing.
coworkers. Damn.
I went in there and said, "Hey, you wanna kick it with me? Wanna come out with me? You know, be my girl?" And, "Oh, I don't know." And then she like, "Yeah, okay, I'll do it." And then we've been together ever since.
Adriana's seemingly hesitant
Nice.
response is an eerie beginning for this ill-fated love story.
So I have
If only
nothing
she
better to
knew
do this
that
Saturday.
single decision would change the course of her life forever. Michael and Adriana married when they found out she was pregnant with their first
Oh.
child.
Why is it things that things never fucking turn out well when motherfuckers marry because one of them gets knocked up? I don't. I guess I can kind of understand the idea behind it. The whole like, well, we want to be like an actual family unit, but like, sometimes it's better to just like, if you're gonna have the fucking gremlin, you can still co-parent. You don't have to have an actual relationship. You can co-parent. You don't have to be like that.
Salary. And eventually, Michael says, the pair both secured jobs working for the same health insurance company.
Bussin'.
While Adriana remained
Papa
employed
John's.
there, Michael wouldn't stick around too long.
Oh, okay.
Instead, he gave up his job and went to work for Papa John's Pizza.
Interesting.
What do you do there?
I deliver pizzas.
Oh, he's a
okay.
delivery. He's a pizza
driver.
delivery
How long have
boy.
you done that?
Let's
I've been doing
fucking
it for
go.
about 3 or 4 months now.
Good job.
It started
Good
off
job.
good, but lately the economy's getting worse, and less people are buying pizzas. So
Thank you.
Right.
Moon.
yeah,
Right, so it's kind of hit you too, huh?
yeah, but it's okay.
Why'd you quit?
They haven't offered my man a single wet wipe or anything.
Is it a long
I was-
story or is it
I
just...
had,
Like again,
I have
I
a
also want
problem
more
with alcohol.
context as to
Oh.
how long,
and
he was in the cop car. Like how long before that 911 call, the cops getting there and him being in this room. How long has he been sitting with just the dried blood on him?
I got to the point where I wanted to drink alcohol every single day,
Alright.
all
Listen.
day. I'd get home from work, and first thing I would do was pick up a beer, and I'd have 12, 13 of them, and that's not right.
Michael tells officers that he had a recent wake-up call when it came to his alcohol use. One day, his son, 4-year-old Brian, attended a class at church. He took the teacher by surprise when he asked if
so
her
they were
soda
like an
was actually alcohol.
I'm gonna assume they
And I
were
was
probably.
like, oh my God.
I'm gonna assume they're
I'm like, okay,
probably
I gotta
active
stop. And then
members in their church.
I tried to quit on my own power, and I kept trying. God, I'll do this better. I'll do that better. And it didn't
Dude,
work.
addiction
And
is
then
no fucking
I
joke.
did this.
It really isn't.
I did this. I tried to kill myself. I was serious about it. This wasn't no joke. I did that
But
really hard. I
is
wanted
it
to get
that?
out of there.
Is that what we're
I wanted
talking
out of
about?
life.
No, hold up.
While Michael's story about the attempt is certainly serious and worthy of concern,
That is also
he may
true.
be sharing the story now as another way to try to victimize himself. By conveying his own suffering, he may feel that he'll win lenience later down the line.
When was that?
That was late September, early October.
Of last year?
Oh wait, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Did they take you to the hospital?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
My wife did.
From this point, Michael's behavior only gets more and more strange.
Who's your doctor?
It's a county funded psychiatric unit.
How long have you
Doctors.
been with them?
2004?
Michael explains that he's rotated through a few mental health specialists over the past few years. He struggles to remember exact timelines, but alludes to a major incident a few years prior that led to his diagnoses of bipolar and schizophrenic.
Well, I got sick in November. I was hospitalized November, December, January. I started seeing him in November, December of 2003.
What do you mean you got sick?
I thought people were following me. I thought cars were following me. I thought people were trying to kill me. I saw the spiritual battle that was being fought, and it made me panic because I couldn't understand.
Hold up.
You know, the Bible
What the
says
hell?
that even
hell?
Earth is it sees what happens and it trembles. And I know sometimes I saw the other day I saw something that kind of freaked me out. And what happened was I saw a crab, like a sand crab.
Mm-hmm.
I saw it walking and I looked, and then it turned into a leaf. So I'm
What?
really sick.
My man is actually seeing visions.
bad.
Yeah, okay, if he's actually
The
schizophrenic,
paranoia, persecutory delusions, and religious
If
themed
he's actually
delusions
fucking
Michael describes are
schizophrenic,
classic
maybe this is
examples
not
of
good.
psychosis. And under the right circumstances,
maybe this
these
is not
symptoms
okay.
can be dangerous. Acts of extreme violence like Michael's are rare for people with psychosis, but inevitably, if a person acts on paranoia and delusions, there's a risk of them harming either themselves or those around them. As Michael explains his symptoms, the existence of some mental illness seems likely, but the severity of his symptoms and whether or not they could be the cause of what drove him to kill is still unknown. When he first arrived at the police station, Michael's behavior proved quite strange. Michael was kept in a holding cell while authorities prepared for his questioning, and police reports reflect that he was extremely agitated. He smeared feces on the walls and kicked the door repeatedly, threatening and
What
yelling
the
at nearby
fuck? My
officers.
man is wild. What
And
the
this wouldn't
hell?
be the last
Michael,
time
what
police
the
would see
fuck,
erratic
bro?
behavior from Michael. Police were left wondering, was his behavior the product of real mental illness, or could it be a ruse? Soon, they would get their answer.
But I'm
What
fine.
the fuck?
What do you mean you're fine?
I take
Guys,
the
I
medicine.
think I'm gonna order
I
something from
get- if
Taco
I-
Bell.
As long as I get sleep.
What should I order from Taco
God
Bell?
knows I need sleep. If I get sleep, I'm fine. I don't have these problems.
How many hours of sleep did you get the night before?
Roughly 5 or 6.
Oh, that's good.
I think I'm gonna get a
Yeah, I gotta
bowl
get
and
nice
some
sleep.
nachos because that's easy.
After his recent episode of
Easy.
psychosis, Michael says he paid a visit to the doctor only 2 days before the murders.
I want Taco Bell to
It was
offer
just recently
vegan.
increased.
Okay.
My dosage was
Oh,
increased.
vegan
other day.
quesadillas. It'd be so
So I
easy.
increased my dosage on my bipolar medicine.
So wait,
And yesterday was my second day taking the dose that I was
so
supposed
he's
to be
taking a
taking.
new
right.
dose?
And they also gave me a sleeping pill to help me sleep at night.
Michael may be mentioning his bipolar medicine as some form of damage control. If he reminds the detective that he's bipolar, he may hope that could influence the
So
way
he
the
actually
detective
is
perceives him
diagnosed bipolar.
and perhaps change the outcome of this interview. At the same time, the fact that Michael's medications were increased recently is a red flag. This, along with his claims of trouble sleeping, might signal recent stressors in Michael's life, including family troubles, or it may point to an uptick in the severity of his symptoms. Meanwhile, as police search Michael's home, they make some strange discoveries. Tucked away in Michael's dresser are 63 pages worth of freshly printed documents. Documents dated for the day of Michael's doctor appointment. The pages outlined mania, sleep disorders, bipolar, schizoaffective, and schizophrenia, and other mental illnesses in depth, including definitions, symptoms, treatments, and common medications. Could Michael have been researching how to mimic a mental health crisis? The sheer amount of pages, 63 to be exact, certainly seemed to indicate that he was doing some intense research.
Okay, I don't like that. I thought I thought if he was actually diagnosed with these things, more than likely it was going to be mental health and stressors and possibly a religious element. But, like, if he's been looking up into that this far, that makes me my eyebrows are raised, dog. Because that makes me think you were, this is something you may have been planning. And that's not okay. Like, it's not okay if you just snap and murder people, but, like, you can kind of understand the motives in terms of just, like, you can see how someone would snap because of, like, a bunch of things happening, right? But, like, for me, it's even more fucking eerie and sinister to have him actually, like, looking this shit up.
With the police, and how to act in order to or exaggerate and fake his illness. Or is it possible that his wife could have been doing this in-depth research to try and figure out what was going on with Michael?
I'm getting a bacho
It's important to keep this in mind as his interrogation gets underway. A cluster of red flags are often present in instances of malingering, including sharing a sudden onset of especially severe symptoms, describing unlikely combinations of symptoms like mania and increased sleep, and claiming to have highly specific and rare symptoms. While symptoms of true mental disturbances vary widely by individual, malingerers often follow subtle patterns in the way they describe their symptoms. For example, if malingerers claim auditory hallucinations, they often describe extremes, like hearing terrifying threats and obscene language. Individuals experiencing genuine symptoms, on the other hand, experience symptoms in degrees, often reporting that their hallucinations can seem conversational. Visual hallucinations are the most common symptom reported by malingerers, and they typically describe scenes in black and white or with a single pronounced color. Those with genuine symptoms often describe their experiences as having a full spectrum of color. Finally, when those with legitimate illnesses describe delusional thinking, they may become defensive when asked about their experiences, while those who are fabricating their experiences may not. With this strange discovery in mind, the detective knows it's time to get Michael's side of the story, but he could never imagine how truly gut-wrenching this story would be.
You know, obviously we need to talk about what happened.
Okay.
With you calling the police department over. Can you just tell me what happened?
I was at home. I didn't get any sleep last night. My wife got up and we were running around the house doing stuff, and I pulled out a knife and I stabbed her. I stabbed
Jesus
her.
Christ.
Stabbed my daughter.
Dude,
stabbed my son. Punched my son in the face.
He's just so fucking like, yeah, this happened.
I was trying to kill him.
Just fucking happened.
But it wasn't me.
Really?
It wasn't me.
Huh? Who was it?
It was me.
You said it was you.
Yes.
Okay.
This odd shift in comments is only the beginning of a truly bizarre story that's about to unfold.
What the
You said that
hell?
you hadn't slept. Did you work last night?
I worked last night, but I did not close. I got off at 9:30. I think it was closer to 10. I can't remember. But I came home and I ate.
10:30 at night.
10:30 at night, yeah, or 10 or so. I don't remember. I came home and I had some food, took my medicine. You know, it was before 10. It was before 10 because I remember having to tuck the kids in bed when I got home. It was a little bit before 10. I said, tuck the kids in bed so we can hang out and watch TV and talk. And
do they normally go to bed at 10?
Yeah, on Friday and Saturday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotcha. How was business last night at work?
So,
yeah, did you make any?
I made 15, 20, $25. I made $25.
Was that good?
Not for a Friday night.
What would be a good Friday night?
Oh, 45, 50, 55.
I mean, that's
or
still
70.
doesn't
About
sound
half, even almost
Yeah.
a third.
great, but
Yeah.
it's not as bad as it could be.
Although the detective seems to pepper Michael with mundane questions, his approach is intentional. Questions like these allow authorities to accomplish two things. First, they might clue police into any obvious cognitive
I'd
difficulties,
ask him
which could shed light on
anything.
Michael's ability to reason and think his actions through. Second, the questions can further establish rapport as the detective carefully eases Michael into more difficult topics.
All right, so you came home. You tucked the kids in bed, or did you have your wife tuck your kids in bed?
My wife tucked the kids in bed.
Okay. And we keep talking about your wife.
And I tucked them in bed.
Okay.
She tucked them in first, then I did. That's my wife saying she
That
wants
looks
more
like a
kids. I'm like,
cozy room, man.
not such a good idea. I'm not mentally stable for that.
Michael's ill-timed joke reveals a certain
Jesus.
degree of self-awareness.
Yo, look at that Kermit
In
the
his
Frog, though.
circumstances,
No,
this is
stop.
something-
Look at that Kermit. Oh my god. Why giant Kermit? Also, that's like one of those things that just doesn't look like it goes with the rest of them. You have princesses, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing. You have princesses, you have like mermaids, you have like flowers, and you just have Kermit.
Giant Kermit.
That's what I'm
I want
saying.
the giant Kermit.
What?
So I want the giant Kermit.
Yeah, but who wants what?
Mom wants a blue one,
Yep. What do you want?
and then do they have the soda one?
Let me see. Sorry, guys. I have to search every. Oh, this is annoying. Coke?
Yeah.
You want that?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyone else want anything else?
And then Endo's the only one thing, and he wanted pina colada or red.
Vanilla pina colada it is. So I was gonna get one. Alright.
Guess it, the dad and eldest boy didn't want anything.
Wow, okay.
They're too
Fine.
busy watching Star Trek for the 6th hour.
So one
today.
blue raspberry, one Coke, two pina coladas.
Yeah.
Alright. Boop. Don't mind me, guys.
Thing that may determine his fate.
Then what happened?
I said a prayer with my son. I rubbed his back and I said a prayer, tucked him in, and he fell asleep.
What kind of prayer? Is it like a
To
standard prayer?
Jesus. No, we
No,
don't. We don't
to
usually
Jesus.
pray. We don't usually pray. We just 2 weeks ago, I feel like I've been baptized with the Holy Spirit with fire. I feel like I'm on fire for the Lord.
Oh, good.
So I'm trying
You're
to
on-
pray
huh?
with him and teach him.
What?
Well, I'm not trying. I
That
am
is a
praying with
scary
him,
way
and
to
I'm doing
fucking-
things that the Lord
I
wants
feel
us
like
to
I'm
do.
on
What'd you just pray about?
fire for the Lord. What? What do you mean? What do you
I pray
mean?
that the Lord would, keep him safe. We thanked him for the house.
Why
we
is
thanked
this
him for the
okay? I
car.
haven't acknowledged it till now, but why is this interrogation room so poo poo doo doo? There's like actual damage to the walls in this corner. Did someone just like go at the walls? Could they not afford to fix it up?
Thanked him for the food. We thanked him for
Because
mommy
that
and
is a little
daddy.
fucking distracting.
So just your standard kind of a thank
Yeah.
you to Jesus prayer.
Yeah.
Thank
okay.
you,
And then what
Jesus.
Then I went and tucked in my daughter.
Did you pray with your daughter?
No, I don't think so.
I don't.
Aside from the
Huh?
fact
I
that
don't
Michael
think
didn't
so.
pray
I
with his daughter,
definitely
the
remember
details
praying
he
with
shares
my
about
fucking
tucking
son.
her in are noticeably absent compared to his son.
Hmm.
Perhaps this signifies nothing more than unique relationships with each of his children, but it may also point to more.
I love my family.
Michael recalls a recent religious
sad,
awakening that
considering the
spurred his
context
new
of this.
prayer habit. This sudden connection could be harmless, but given Michael's religious preoccupation, it could also mark the onset of the psychotic episode that would change his
I'm
life.
cold. I'm chilly.
Religious preoccupation in schizophrenia tends to occur more in cultures with more religious occurrence in the general population. It's important to remember that spiritualism and religious preoccupation is common among mentally healthy people, and that
True.
mental illness tends to just skew the normal behaviors to the
True.
extreme,
You
which may be why this kind of
you hyperfixate, or like with certain mental illnesses, you will put more emphasis on certain things, or it'll hit you harder, basically.
preoccupation is often
Which is
seen
terrifying
in
because it
schizophrenia,
really can make
especially
you.
considering if someone was raised in a religious community.
Yeah.
They may have been raised with an understanding that someone speaking out of thin air or an auditory hallucination could be God talking. So then when it starts to
And
happen,
that's
it
just
follows
that's
that
what I
they would
mean, though. That
automatically
shit is
assume that's
terrifying,
what the
bro.
voice is.
He said,
Then
didn't
we
he
went
say
to,
God / Jesus
then we went
and
to our room,
also Lucifer?
and we got
So
some
he
weed,
really thinks they were
and-
both
and
talking
smoked
to
some
him.
weed.
By weed, you mean marijuana?
Marijuana,
Okay.
yes. She smoked
Yes,
out
I
of a
do
bong,
mean
smoked
the
out of a
devil's
pipe,
lettuce.
And I smoked weed,
A lot.
about 3 puffs.
Oh.
It doesn't take much to get me high.
Does your wife smoke a lot?
Yeah, she smokes probably about a bowl.
Oh, okay. All right. So you guys smoke some weed,
Yes.
and then what?
Ain't nothing wrong with enjoying some of the devil's lettuce, dog.
I'm gonna click
Is she
the
busted?
window open.
Is it that? Is it warm?
Yeah.
Because I'm cold.
We were watching TV. We put the weed away. We were watching TV. We were talking. We were talking.
You remember what you guys were talking about?
I think we were watching House Hunters.
I'm also wearing
on
shorts though.
HGTV.
Okay, in your room or in the living
In our room.
Undershirt,
In our bedroom.
hoodie,
Okay.
and socks.
Michael
so
takes
you might
long
also just be
pauses
warm
and
because you
leans
got layers
forward,
on.
touching his face as if to physically hold himself back from saying something.
Wearing like 2 layers,
He may be
3
struggling
layers, and
to
you're like,
recall
"It's
the
hella warm in
timeline,
here."
or
Me
he
and
may
my
be so
summer fit.
focused on telling
Me
it
and
in a
my
certain
summer
way that
fit.
it consumes all his cognitive energy. Soon Michael will describe the moment everything changed for the Miller family. Pay attention to Michael's memory, or lack thereof.
And then we tried to sleep. I tried to go to sleep, but I listened to my headphones when I was laying down.
Mm-hmm.
I had my MP3 player. I was listening to my headphones, and I laid down in bed.
Nice.
And she fell asleep, and I didn't fall asleep at all. I kind of meditated for 2 hours, and then I got up and I lost train of thought. I meditated and I got up and I went on the computer. I think
What you doing?
God help me! What do I do? That's
You
when
gonna
the fighting
paint?
started. When I
God
woke up.
Do you know
damn.
what time this was about?
Moon is an artist, certified
fighting?
artist.
Yeah.
Not good, but I
I want to say about 8.
Well, you got home at 10:20.
Oh no, we didn't fight that night.
Oh
The
yeah, I
fight
don't
was-
think I
was
actually
this
told
morning.
you guys. I
Yeah,
caved
morning.
and I ordered
What
some
time?
Taco
What time
Bell.
were you guys fighting?
Just
Oh, we were
some
fighting
vegan
probably
nachos,
about-
because if you order the
that was probably about
nachos,
4 in
depending
the
on
morning
which
when I was-
type it
when I
is,
went on the
without the
computer,
meat
I
and the
think.
Oh,
actual
okay. So
cheese,
you've been
I
up
just
that whole
order
time?
with
Yeah,
extra
I've been
red
up the whole time.
sauce,
Yeah,
extra
and then-
vegetables,
So you're just having a hard time
and
sleeping?
extra
I
guacamole.
have-
It's just
I
vegetable
have medicine
nachos.
to help me sleep, cause me to
And then
sleepwalk
I also got
and do stuff in my sleepwalking. So
Slurpees
so you're
for
taking
family
anymore?
members.
no,
It's a
I'm
little
not
treat
taking
because
anymore. So
it's
I'm
really
taking
cheap.
something else now.
And does that seem to work? Or
It worked the first night, but it didn't work last night.
have you only been on it 2 days?
Yes,
Okay. So you took the pill last night?
yes,
Okay, and you didn't sleep?
no.
Michael mentions old medicine here, and he may be referring to Ambien, as it's fairly notorious for causing sleepwalking and acting out while asleep. While it's unknown if he was actually taking Ambien, it does beg the question of the research he was doing. As Ambien has a history of effects, including hallucinations, there's the possibility that Michael researched this and is mentioning it here to set up a story. There's also a long delay before he says yes when asked if he's only been on it for 2 days. This pause could be an attempt to give himself a chance to think, to make sure he answers the way he wants. It does seem convenient that he just had his meds changed, and that he keeps emphasizing it. As he gets closer and closer to critical moments in his story, Michael's recollection fails him. He can't seem to nail down whether or not he slept, and the first timeline he offers doesn't add up. Memory troubles like these may be due to cognitive disturbances that are common in schizophrenia and schizoaffective disorders. However, Michael could be using his alleged diagnosis to say he had a reason to not remember, and as a way to keep from having to answer.
Okay, so about 4 a.m. you said?
About 4 a.m. I woke
It's one of
up.
those scary
And what
things where
happened?
it's like, how self-aware
wife
is he,
got
and
mad
how
at me,
much is
really
he
mad at me for
actually
yelling,
using this as like a
or
crutch
she got mad at me
slash like
for,
an actual reason?
For not,
Because you have had
not
cases
sleeping.
where,
She- I go,
unfortunately,
"Babe,
you have
can't get
people
mad
that
if you're not
suffer from
sleeping.
like severe
It's not-
bipolar and schizophrenia
it's not my fault."
that actually do snap, and for
No,
whatever
no, no,
reason,
no,
I
no,
mean,
no,
even
she
to the
goes
point of
off,
thinking a
and,
deity is speaking to them,
and I
they
say,
end up doing harm to their
"Well,
family or,
what's your problem?"
God
And then I
forbid,
started
killing their
meditating in my
family.
brain. And I started thinking, okay, well, God the Father, Jesus the Son, who's the Spirit? Who's the Spirit of God? And I started thinking it was Lucifer. I thought it was Satan. I thought it was God the Father. I thought he was married to Lucifer, and they had a son named Jesus.
Okay.
That's what I
What?
thought. And then
Is that the fucking Bible lore, dog? Are they gay and have a son?
And,
I'm confused. Wait, what
then
did
I
you
was
just say?
indwelt by Satan, and I killed him.
I'm so
He
confused.
was married to Lucifer, Jesus
What?
the Son. I say, well, what the f- is your problem? And then I started meditating in my brain. And I started thinking,
God
okay,
the
well,
Father,
God the Father, Jesus the Son.
Jesus
who's
the
Spirit?
Son.
Who's the Spirit of God? And I started thinking it was Lucifer. I thought it was Satan. I thought it was God the Father. I thought he was married to Lucifer.
What? I didn't know about that. New Bible lore drop? Yo, I support it. This is bussin'.
And they had a son named Jesus.
Okay.
That's what I thought. And then I was indwelt by Satan, and I killed him.
Well, wait, let's talk about that. You said you're enveloped with Satan? What was the word?
Indwelt,
What does that
Yo.
mean?
consumed.
Michael describes an argument
I'm
with
so
Adriana
he
that is
just man
suddenly
just said that
eclipsed
God
by
is
an
gay.
intense religious preoccupation.
God is gay with
These
Lucifer and
preoccupations can
had
be dangerous if the affected person feels like they're being
Jesus.
commanded to act in a way
Huh?
that causes harm to another
You
person. These
You
kinds
what?
of thoughts can quickly cross over into delusions. Michael's preoccupation does just that, leaning into delusional territory as he describes an abrupt possession by Satan.
Tell me a little bit about that. When you said your Satan was in you, what happened?
I lost all control. I had no self-control, none. I just snapped, and she became like a demon.
All right.
And I just.
This is an interesting thing to say and might actually be an issue in his story. Michael says that he snapped and then she turned into a demon, but it seems like it would be more logical to say that she turned into a demon and then he snapped and killed her.
So what'd you do?
I killed her.
How?
With the knife?
Where was the knife?
I stabbed her a lot. I don't know where.
I mean, where's the knife? Where did you get the knife?
In our knife holder thing. Like.
Michael touches his mouth here, and just before that moment makes a
Her knife
lip
holder
compression,
thing?
which indicates a negative response to the questioning, as well as uncertainty, as his
where the
answer
knife
also
go
has
in
an
the
upward
knife drawer,
inflection.
obviously.
Well,
Duh.
tell me, how did you stab her? I mean, was she on the ground or was she standing up?
I blacked out.
Yeah.
I stabbed her at least 4 times.
Okay.
Do
you know where you stabbed her?
I don't like how ready he was with the I blacked out defense. I fucking hate that shit.
Is she okay?
I'll tell you everything about what's going on.
Okay.
So, I just don't want to lose our train of thought here.
I'm sorry.
As he asks, is she okay, Michael covers his mouth, which is a movement known as covering the lie.
I
where
fucking
people
touch
try
my
to
face
physically hide a
constantly, and I'm
lie.
not hiding a lie.
He
That's just
likely
how my
made this
brain fucking
movement
works,
because he
dog.
already knows the answer, and
I
that
hate
she
that.
isn't okay. Before his interview, Michael has already acknowledged the deaths of his family members. Perhaps his question about Adriana's well-being is simply an attempt to shift focus away from himself or avoid telling the story, even if only for a moment.
So, did you stab her first?
Yes.
Okay.
I was screaming at her. I said, shut the fuck up. I started taking songs from Eminem's music. I started taking lyrics from Eminem's music and saying, you're going to die. Here comes Satan. I'm the Antichrist. I'm going to kill you. You're gone. And
Imagine this motherfucker is the last thing that you see and hear. Like, god damn, that sucks. I can't with that. I very much cannot
I
with
started
that.
stabbing her. I did.
Hey, Wizard. How are you doing?
Did
Isn't
you
it
know
like
how many
super
times you
late
stabbed
for
her?
you, brother man? Shouldn't you
If
be
I was
asleep?
Yes, I would say 4, but maybe 3, maybe 5.
And was she standing up or was she on the ground?
She was standing up. I think I got her in the stomach.
Okay. And then she fell to the ground, or
Yeah,
did you stab her while she's on the ground?
in the heart.
This motherfucker
Did you
was
punch
listening
her
to
at all?
Jesus and
Yes,
Satan
in the
and
face.
the
Before or
Son
after you
and the
stabbed her?
Spirit, and
Maybe
apparently
both.
Jesus
I
married
stabbed my daughter,
Lucifer.
too.
Or
Yeah, tell
no,
me about
God married Lucifer and they
She
had
came over
Jesus.
and she
I didn't know
started
there
freaking
was
out and
gay
she-
Bible lore,
Daddy,
dog.
stop. And I just got it and just
If I knew the
right in the
fucking
middle of her chest. I just dug.
if I knew the fucking Bible was gay as
So she
shit,
came out
I
after
might
you
have
were
looked at it
stabbing your
more.
wife?
No, I had the knife in my hand, and
What the
I
hell
was
is
gonna
there?
stab her when she came
That's
out.
a mistake.
When your daughter came out?
Yes,
Because you knew she was going to come out, or?
I didn't know she was gonna come out. I thought there was a certain spell on the house, and that I didn't think she would actually get up and come out.
What the fuck?
I thought Satan was gonna keep everyone
What
asleep
the
so I could
fuck?
just kill
He
her.
stabbed his fucking
but I didn't
wife
know
to
what I was
death,
gonna
and
do
then
with the
he
other 2
stabbed
kids.
his fucking
I
10-year-old
was
daughter,
gonna
and then
kill
he
my wife, but I
shanked
didn't know
his
what to do with them.
4-year-old son. And I don't know if his
After hinting
4-year-old
that he
son
planned to
lives, but
kill
as
his
of right
daughter in
now in the
advance.
story, his 4-year-old son is in the hospital, life or death situation. He was actually like gasping and making sounds when the police showed up. God fucking damn it. Why aren't you like this? Get sleep, Wizard. I'll be live tomorrow.
Michael immediately backtracks.
So, tell me about that.
She was screaming, and I grabbed the knife and I started walking towards her, and she started panicking
Yeah.
like you would not believe. And I got her. I think I got her by the hair or by the arm, and just sunk it in her.
Right.
Got her.
In the chest or stomach?
I
I
think
don't
in the
like that he's
chest.
like
then what
recreating
happened?
certain shit, but he blacked
She
out.
fell to the ground, and her eyes were
That
open.
just
She
seems
looked
like
she
a
was.
massive contradiction, dude.
Okay. Talk to me.
Let me think.
Oh, is she freaking out because she just saw her mom?
Well, she saw me with the knife threatening her. She ran around the table, but I caught up with her.
Was he also
And then what
fucking
happened?
quoting Eminem when he was chasing his
her.
10-year-old daughter
I
and
think I
stabbing
grabbed
her?
hair. It's kind of.
I need to know. Inquiring minds
patchy. I
need
don't
to
have
know.
exact.
Okay.
I don't have exact frame by frame details because the whole time I was in there, I was trying to ignore it and fight it. And
Imagine that being your last moments. You fucking hearing your dad attacking / stabbing your mom while screaming Eminem lyrics. You go in to see what's going on and then you get chased and stabbed to death. That is just terrifying. Like, that would be terrifying to a fucking grown-ass adult. This is a 10-year-old. This is a child in their own home.
and not see it.
Right.
Michael does an eye-blocking movement to cover his eyes, which is often seen when someone doesn't want to see or remember something they've seen. He then exaggerates this by actually closing his eyes.
So did you only stab her once?
I think so.
Okay. Did you punch her?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Okay. You said her eyes were open.
Yeah.
Did you leave the knife in her, or did you just stab her with it?
I just stabbed her and took it out.
Okay. Was it the same knife as with your wife?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
After describing an
Jesus
act of
Christ.
horrifying violence.
Look at all
toward
this
his own
sponge. There's more SpongeBob's than I thought. There's even... I had that light. My family had that fucking light. There's a spiral coming out his asshole. It's made out of that weird plasticky foam shit. And it lights up from the inside so he's glowing. That was a core memory moment right there, bro.
I don't remember that at all.
Oh my god. We used that fucking thing to death. The eyes were like solid plastic and it kept falling when we had... Because we had it on one of our dressers. It was like our night light. And it would keep falling, and one of the eyes ended up getting scratched a little bit, like paint scratch, so it just looked weird. And like I had to fight every fucking gremlin-ass urge inside my head to like not start picking apart the actual pieces of the lamp, because it was made out of those like plastic pellets.
Oh.
Yeah. So like from a distance it looked good, but if you looked at it close up, it was slightly nightmare fuel because it was made of those pellets. Well, because you had the light on the inside and it had to shine through. So it looked kind of cool in the nighttime when it was actually like lit up, but during the day, if you like actually looked at it, it was kind of gross.
Daughter, Michael shares.
Look at that motherfucker! Look at that fucking pillow, dog.
It's about his 4-year-old son's attack.
I was the worst on him. I stabbed him the most. I stabbed him in the
What
back.
the fuck?
I stuck it in his arm and twisted it. I fucked him up.
Why?
This
why,
is not okay.
Why your son?
The devil had me. It wasn't me.
Right.
It wasn't me. It was me.
I love the detective. Right. Like,
But
yeah,
it wasn't,
okay. I
It
believe
wasn't my
you.
insides
It's fine.
that could do that.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't
my
insides that
gut.
could kill
It
my
was
family.
Satan's
Right.
gut.
But I guess what I'm asking is why him so many times?
Because he wouldn't die. Every time I stab him, he'd just scream. He'd just scream and... Dad.
Right.
What
Where
the
on his
fuck?
body did you stab him? You said you got him in the
back,
arm and
in the back, in the arm,
Because
in the stomach,
he just wouldn't die. Dude, he even has a SpongeBob lights.
in the back. a couple
Spang
times.
Bob.
I punched
It's
him.
like that one girl
right
that
in the
thinks she's
face.
the
I
main
just-
character and tries to break a,
Why'd you punch him in
a
the
fight
face?
by
I
saying,
wanted him
"This
to
is
die.
you."
Because I was indwelt by Satan.
right.
Then I see my wife laying in a pool of blood.
I
I
hope
see
you
my
go to
daughter
bed,
laying
by
in
the
a
way,
pool of
sorry.
blood. I get up and I have peace. I'm like, why do I have peace?
Michael
Because you're a
describes
terrifying
being, in his
individual that
words,
should be highly
indwelled or
medicated and
possessed by
not have
Satan,
family.
yet shows no signs of distress. If he truly felt he was possessed by an evil entity, this should be the moment of reckoning, the moment he realizes the agony he caused his family in what he believes was a possessed state, the moment he feels total devastation over his actions, whether or not he was in control. But
This
that
motherfucker
moment
crazy.
doesn't come.
I was like, I feel calm. I'm like, okay, God is doing something here. I just don't know what He's doing. And then I got some blood on me, and then I came and I got into. I don't know what happened to my feet. I don't know what this is all about. They look like piercings, like Jesus.
Let's rewind
the
to when
fuck?
Michael
What do
first
you
entered the
mean?
interrogation room. As we saw early in the interrogation, Michael had strange
we
circular
stop?
marks on the top of each foot.
Can we stop
Here, Michael
taking
compares
fucking
these to the
pictures and
markings
showing
Jesus
this man's
Christ
fucking
received during the
stompers? I don't want
crucifixion.
to see them.
For
They're
now, the
fucking
detective
nasty.
ignores Michael's comment and moves on. But Michael doesn't plan on dropping the conversation.
Well, how did you get all the blood all over you? Is this when you were stabbing?
When I was stabbing them, and I put my hand in there, and then I must have tried to wipe.
The fact that he has a fucking handprint.
Or is that?
It might be. I don't.
Is terrifying.
It might be.
Also,
Did
the
any of
handprint
them
right
grab you
over the
when you were
tattoo of his
stabbing him?
wife's name that he just murdered is just kind of like, oh my god, this motherfucker.
Then I tried to make a cigarette. I rolled a cigarette because I rolled my own cigarette. So I rolled a cigarette, and I was kind of in a panic. I had peace, but I was in a panic. I just kind of walked around like, okay, what do I do? What do I do? And I was looking at him. I was like, die, you fucking cunt. I just wanted them just to die. I was so angry at my family. I wanted them dead.
Michael's words indicate more than
What
just
the
passing
fuck,
anger.
man?
Instead, they seem filled with long-standing resentment.
Yeah, that
Yet he
seems
also
kinda...
absolves himself of responsibility, claiming evil forces were in control. Michael's disturbing lack of remorse seems like a clear sign of a cold-blooded killer. But reduced emotional expression, also known as flat affect, is common in cases of mental illness. It can also be a side effect of psychotropic drugs, like the ones Michael was prescribed.
Oh shit, yeah,
If
that's
Michael
not great.
was in fact in a state of psychosis, it will eventually pass. And when it does, crushing regret and guilt may finally surface.
I wanted them dead, but then I got here.
Well, why were you so angry with your family?
Satan. Like I said, I was telling God, I was praying to God. I was praying to Jesus, that Jesus, okay, your Father's
I
the
was praying
Father,
to Jesus
and
at
Satan
Jesus.
must be the Spirit, because the spiritual side comes from.
I know, but what I'm asking you is why are you so mad at the family?
I don't know. Okay. I've never had that kind of anger or hate towards them like I had this morning. Okay.
Michael's delusion suggests he may be in the midst of a psychotic episode at this very moment, but he doesn't appear to also be in a state of mania. In his case, this is an important distinction. People in severe manic episodes can be challenging to converse with. In their excited state, they may struggle to string ideas together as coherently as Michael does.
I don't
While
see
Michael
his fucking
seems to have
dumpy
incidents
or
of
his
mania,
fucking
like when
stompers.
he was
I'm
highly
good.
active and agitated in his holding cell, or during the murders themselves, the absence of mania during psychosis suggests that he may not actually be suffering from bipolar disorder. Instead, his symptoms point to an illness that would have an extreme impact on his ability to have any semblance of a normal life. Episodes of psychosis without mania occurring at the same time
my head's
mean
still
it's
hurting,
likely
guys.
that
If
he
my
either
head doesn't
suffers
calm
from
down,
schizoaffective disorder or may
I'm gonna
simply
at
be schizophrenic.
least watch this. We're
While
gonna at least watch this.
schizoaffective
I don't know
disorder
if
can
I'm
include
gonna watch
symptoms
anything
of
else.
both
If my head's still
bipolar
hurting,
and
I might peace out
schizophrenia.
early. I do
These two
apologize, but
disorders
like,
aren't commonly
I
diagnosed
started
together
to
as
stream
Michael
thinking,
describes.
okay, if
It's
my
thought that
head's
they may
not, if my
exist
head
on opposite
feels
ends of
better,
the psychosis
then I'll be
spectrum.
fine because it was
All
very.
right, so you were
it
trying
was
to roll a
like
cigarette.
the
Yes.
thud
And
in
then
the
what?
back of my skull, and it's
I rolled
creeping
it.
up behind
I
my
rolled
eye
it, and
holes right
I
now.
went to
and
light
it's
it,
not good.
and then I was when I lit it,
I took
called,
ibuprofen at work
911.
shortly
Told them
before I
stabbed my
clocked
family.
out, but I'm
They
gonna
called me,
take a
she
little
said,
bit
"You
more
sure you're
now.
not dreaming? You sure you're not dreaming?" I said, "I'm sure this is real."
Are you sure that you did this and you're not dreaming? I hope to God this is a dream. I hope I am just freaking out. I hope to God it is, but it's not. It's real.
So she came, or I called and I lit my cigarette, and then I talked. When I was talking to her, she just kept me on the phone, and my cigarette burned out, and I threw it down.
Dealing with so many people
And I don't know if I threw it out outside or inside, but I didn't finish it. I didn't finish my cigarette.
Interesting.
The detective is right. This detail is interesting. At the point in his story where his family lay dying, Michael focuses on an unfinished cigarette.
Did you do anything else in the house?
Maybe all over the carpet. Oh my goodness.
What's all over the carpet?
Blood.
Why?
Because I think I stepped in it. It's all over my feet. Like this right here. It's all right here. There's blood right here. Bottom of my feet.
Right, I see that. Well, when I was in your house, and I saw I saw your bloody footprints down the hallway towards your bedroom.
Okay.
And you're dripping blood. Why did you go back there?
To pray to Jesus, to thank him for what he did.
What did he do?
He saved my family's life.
How did he save their lives?
He used me to shoot him or stab him. I didn't shoot them. He used me to stab them, and then he brought them back to newness of life.
What the fuck was that? I didn't shoot
What do
him.
you mean by newness of life?
my calling life is to witness to Mormons and Catholics.
Okay.
I see the spiritual realm.
Okay.
I'm a beginner, but I feel like I'm learning the spiritual realm pretty well.
You're a beginner and you've already murdered your whole family. That's terrifying.
I feel like God is doing something with me that's going to be magnificent. It won't outdo. But
okay, but my question is what is newness of life?
Newness of life. Well, they were dead in their trespasses, and now they're raised to newness of life.
What?
No,
you have to explain. You can't just repeat.
They are seated in heavenly places. They are seated in the heavenly places, yes.
Michael is quoting directly from baptism rites, and he appears to be doing this to sound very devout. Michael's beliefs cross over into the realm of fanaticism and obsession. He appears to be so intensely focused on his ideas that he values them above all else, including the lives of his family. This extreme fixation may be what allows him to justify taking the lives of his wife and children. But were his actions based on simple impulse, or were they a calculated act? That's what isn't so clear. When authorities first arrived at the gruesome scene that morning, there were clues that suggested that this may have been more calculated than Michael wants the police to believe, and that he may not be sharing the full details of what happened. One such clue was a picture that was out of place. Next to Adriana's body was a blood-stained rendering of the Last Supper, neatly propped against the kitchen counter and the floor, positioned directly in her line of vision as she lay dying.
That's weird.
Perhaps it was pure coincidence.
That's weird as fuck.
But the details were
that
too
is
unnerving
weird,
to
man.
ignore.
What?
So, how long do you think you were back there in your bedroom praying?
No idea.
Is this before or after you smoked a cigarette? Well, actually, you said you called 911, so.
So I must have gone and prayed before I called 911. Okay.
Do you know how long? If you had to guess, how long?
6 minutes.
Okay.
If I had to guess.
It's interesting that he can specifically say 6 minutes when he appears unable to remember other details. This may be an example of him having a memory of extremes, including too many details about some things, but none about others.
Was God talking to you then?
Yes.
What did God say?
No, he was not talking to me then.
Okay.
I was alone.
Was God talking to you when you were stabbing your family? Killing your family?
Yes.
What was God saying?
Kill them like to Christ. Fuck them up. Destroy them. Destroy them. They are nothing.
Okay. But do you think God actually wants your family dead? That
No.
He wants your kids dead?
No, he's the perfect example of a family.
Okay, then
maybe it was from Satan.
Hmm.
But it's not from Satan. Jesus is within me.
His self-soothing leg rub here might be because of his discomfort at the idea that he was following evil actions. As Michael debates if his actions came from divine or evil sources, he not so subtly lifts the sheet to reveal his feet. The detective finally addresses the elephant in the room.
I know that the officer saw you do that.
I didn't do that on purpose.
Okay.
No, I don't know. I don't know how this happened.
Well, I think they saw you touching your finger.
No, I wasn't touching him. I swear to God.
Saying "I swear to God" is a convincing statement and a red flag that he's being deceptive.
I was on the ground and I kept getting up, and when I get up, my foot would rub.
Oh, I get
And it would rub against the floor. That's how that came.
What would you call that?
Well, a burn off the floor.
Well, it looks like blood to me. It's dry blood.
Well, it's dry blood. It could be. I've seen that movie Stigmata. I don't know what that is all about. I don't understand what that's all about. I don't really understand that yet. But this may be a stigmata of some kind. Maybe God's trying to show me something.
In Catholicism, the term stigmata refers to marks on specific areas of the body. These marks are thought to appear spontaneously on areas that would have been injured in Jesus' crucifixion, including the hands and feet.
That's weird
Perhaps
as hell.
By
What the
to
fuck?
This, Michael is attempting to physically represent the connection he feels with his higher power.
Stop.
Or prove that his actions were the result of a divine calling.
What happened
Bro, you fucking murdered your family and you have the absolute
When I was holding
balls.
the knife, I was trying to stab her. She had her hand on it too. And she was trying to push it away, and when I stabbed her, I think my hand slipped off the handle and went onto the blade.
Oh, okay, so that just happened. Who put the bandage on there?
The police officer that came to the house.
Adriana attempted to defend herself as Michael came after her. While he doesn't say it, his daughter's autopsy revealed the same. She also fought for her life. And as Michael continues, more shocking details about his family's last moments surface.
Well, I had it, and I said, "You want me to fucking stab you with this?" And she goes, "No, no, 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 no." She just freaked out, and I just. That's when she grabbed it. That's when she grabbed it, and that's when I pulled it back, and then my hand slipped, and I cut my finger, and then I sunk it into her head.
Did you kick her?
Yeah, I think so. In the legs.
Why'd you kick her?
Kick her while she's down.
Yeah. Make sure she's down.
Make sure she's down for
she's
good.
Was she begging for you not to do it? Was she telling you not to do it?
Yes, she was begging.
What was she saying?
Mike, don't do this. Don't do this. You don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you're doing. Stop, stop, stop. She was in a panic. I've never seen her like that, and I never want to see her like that again.
And then you stabbed her in the chest?
Yes.
Did she say anything after that?
I don't remember. I was so enraged.
Michael says his wife called out for their daughter in her last moments.
I said, "She's not going to hear you. You're all by yourself."
But the truth was,
Christ,
Adriana
man.
wasn't alone. Her daughter Valerie heard the
How
commotion in the
terrifying
dining
does
room,
that have to be from the
and in
mom's
a
point of
moment of
things,
bravery,
too?
she decided to find
Because
out
you
what
know
was
that
wrong.
It was almost like God
if
just
he fucking turned on her,
put her there. I didn't
Hey,
see her
Saint
coming. She
Potassium,
was just there.
you
all
know,
of
if
a
he
sudden.
turned on her like that,
And,
it was somewhat
and that
sudden.
scared me.
She's scared not
I'm
only
not
for
gonna
her
lie, that
own life,
scared
but
me,
I
and I
feel
just
like at that point in time, you'd be
it
terrified
out
that
on
he's
her.
going
I
to do
was-
something to your children,
I was
to
furious.
both of
I was
y'all's
furious
children.
about it, though.
I mean, it's a 10-year-old and a 4-year-old.
And where was your first? When you stabbed her, where was the first stab?
Like, dude, what the
heart.
fuck?
Her.
I think
And how many stabs after?
maybe one.
And where was that?
Maybe the arm or the stomach. She was dead. She had a purple face.
Okay.
So far,
Jesus
Michael's
Christ.
revelations have
Talking
been
about
haunting
his
enough,
10-year-old
but
daughter.
the worst is yet to come.
Someone fucking
When the detective walks Michael back through the
wizard
incident with his
came in
son,
and
he
fucking
shares an
redeemed
unthinkable truth.
the fucking
And you
booba
said you were
sand,
what?
so I have to have
Ruthless
this
with
shit on
him,
for
or
at least an
yes.
hour or the rest of the
Uh,
stream.
No mercy.
Normally
no
I look like
mercy at
this.
all with him.
Yeah, this is my
I went
normal
after
fit,
him
but
so
yeah,
hard,
wizard
so
redeemed
fast.
this.
And was
That
he telling
poor
you to
boy.
stop?
He was just screaming.
I hope you're
"Daddy,
doing good,
Daddy,
though.
Daddy." I love him so much. I don't know how that got into me.
Fucking 4
Yeah, why
years
would you
old,
stab him?
man. Oh my god.
You know, lately I've been talking so much about my son.
I
Going
still
to
love
work,
that
I'm
this man is
talking
just sitting in the fucking
about how I
interrogation room,
love
just
my
undies
son,
on,
how
just
dear he is to
underwear,
my heart, and how
just
precious
underwear,
he
man.
is, and how God has blessed me with him, and
Then I fucking
then I
stabbed
go
him.
and do something like that where I just lose control.
By going on about how he's lucky to have his son, Michael seems to be trying to convince the detective that he has no sane reason to kill his son, which may be part of his attempt to reaffirm that he was not in his right mind.
How many times?
Oh my
did you
god,
say
okay.
stabbed him?
Alright. It's the same fucking
Probably 4 or 5. He got the
wizard
most.
always
If
likes
I
having
told
them
you
on because of
11,
that.
would that be too much, or not that much?
11?
I'm asking.
That is way too much.
Way too much.
Yes.
Okay. Do you think it's possible that you stabbed him 11 times? Why do you think it's possible?
Because I wasn't in the right mind. I was.
Man is saying fucking Lucifer was just taking a joyride in his fucking vessel,
not in
dog.
the right mind.
The detective
I feel
asks
that.
why Michael's son got the
Like,
worst
I'm in a
of
good
his
mood, but
wrath.
my head fucking hurts.
His response casts
It's,
a chilling
I had like a
darkness
mild
over
headache
the
when I
room,
started to stream, and my
saying,
thought process was,
"I
it'll
love
probably go
Brian
away, and it's
more."
only gotten worse.
Do you think what you did? Do you think was
Today
wrong?
wasn't a bad day
Yes.
either. It was
Why?
just very busy at work.
Yes and no. Killing my family
So I was
is
like,
wrong. But it wasn't wrong because God is in control of all things. And he says all things work together for good for
This
those who love the Lord. And I
motherfucker.
love the Lord.
But do you know the difference between right and wrong?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so you think it's wrong killing your family, but then
Yes.
it's right. But
No, it's
This
on a
man says
physical
that
sense, it's wrong, but on a
God
in a spiritual level, it's
and
it's okay.
Lucifer had
Michael's
Jesus.
reflection
and I
on the
didn't know that was
morality
a
of
thing.
killing his family indicates a certain detachment. While he understands
I
that
didn't
killing his
realize there
family
was
is
gay in
wrong,
the
he
Bibli.
continues
I
to
was unaware of
verbalize
that
his
lore.
delusions. And up until this point, Michael describes the heartbreaking moments of the attack with almost no
Aw.
emotion. This
I hate
candor
this.
suggests his
I
actions
hate
were
this.
probably driven by mental
Why do I
illness,
always end up
namely
accidentally
paranoia
picking
and
cases that
delusional
involve fucking
thinking.
actual children.
State,
Like a fucking 4-year-old. I hope the
his
4-year-old
timeline and
survived, but at the
recalled
same
most
time,
of
I
it
hope
in vivid
he
detail.
survived, and I hope he
he's
had
more than
loving,
capable of
caring
answering
family
questions
members.
requiring logical and analytical ability.
Hell yeah, brother.
His level of composure suggests an unsettling truth. While Michael is mentally ill, he isn't so out of his mind that he doesn't understand the tragic events of that morning. It's a common misconception that people who struggle with severe mental illness have no control over their actions.
No shit.
But reality isn't always so black and white. A more difficult possibility to contend with is that many individuals can be both mentally ill and in control of their choices.
No fucking shit.
Even Michael. If Michael is able to answer the detective's questions
I don't know.
in his right
Maybe
mind,
it's because that's been a
providing
thing
detailed
that I've
picture
been
of what
presented with
happened,
since a young age.
one has to
Basically,
wonder
as
if
soon
he
as
was
I was able to
genuinely
comprehend
unable to
mental
stop
illness, I knew
himself
like
from
my
carrying
mom
out the
suffered from
violent
severe
attack in the
depression and
first
other
place.
things. Like I just,
Sit tight for me,
it's
okay?
something that
Yeah,
I
I'll
kind
be
of
back.
knew about really early on in life. So it kind of weirds me out when people don't understand certain aspects of some mental illness, and it's like, huh? How?
You gave me peace. You gave me hope.
Oh, stop! You murdered your family. Stop!
Please.
You said you stabbed your 10-year-old daughter in the heart. What are you talking about? Heal them. I don't think there's coming back from that, man.
This is not real, Jesus. This is fake. You're testing me.
What?
You're testing me. Satan is in control.
What? The fuck? That was a nice one.
I'm so sorry.
Oh yeah, brother.
But you're in control. You know the outcome. You know the beginning from the end.
Ugh.
Have your way with us. Have your way.
Yeah, well, because unfortunately, you can have issues with like developing
After the attack,
hyperfixation
neighbor
or
after neighbor
those
came
kinds of
forward as
things, and
witnesses
it's
to
yeah.
Michael and
No,
Adriana's fighting. One neighbor told police
I'm
the
not
couple's
gonna.
yelling reverberates
I'm
throughout
not gonna
the
argue with you
neighborhood.
there, honestly.
Neighbors who babysat for the Millers described Michael as angry and abusive, with some witnessing Michael slapping Adriana when she tried to prevent Michael from driving after drinking. Others claimed that the children weren't allowed to go places when invited.
Aw, no.
Michael has already admitted to having troubles with alcohol, and when detectives speak with his parents, they agree.
Yeah, he already
According to
admitted that he
police
was basically an
reports,
alcoholic.
Michael's mother said he struggled with alcohol and substance use in the past.
Yeah.
And at one point, his father
well, I don't know if
suspected
it's
Michael of
mentioned what
stealing
his actual
prescription
mental
opioids
illness is
from
while
his
you were
home.
here in the stream, St. Potassium, but it's bipolar and schizophrenia. So not a great combo. He probably thought to a certain degree, unfortunately, that God was actually talking to him at certain points in his life. He probably actually thought that. Because that shit is wild. Doesn't give him a right to murder his family, but unfortunately...
If Michael had been
and mix
drinking
that with
recently, as the
alcoholism,
bottles
and I
police
don't think
found
that's
in his
good.
home suggest,
I feel like that's
the
just going to make
alcohol may
everything
have
worse.
dampened the effectiveness of his medications, exacerbated his mental health symptoms, or both. When the detective returns, Michael asks one lingering question about his family.
Can I ask you one question? They're okay, right?
Oh, God.
Your son is okay.
My son.
Oh,
Yeah.
so wait, did he actually...
like
did
he-
the
he-
son
he may
actually
be
survive?
okay.
Oh
Michael
my
shows
God,
no
what
sign
the
of
fuck?
relief at the detective's announcement.
Do you know why you left the knife in his shoulder?
Oh, fucking 4
Mike,
years old.
I don't know
I feel
why.
so
I don't
bad
know
for
why.
that child.
I don't know why.
Well, you gotta
Imagine
remember why.
getting
I left
fucking
it there because
brutally attacked by your dad and then waking
was
up in the
scared.
hospital with
I was
none
scared.
of your immediate
And
relatives.
I was-
Your mother died. Your
What the hell happened?
10-year-old
What do I
sister
do?
died.
What do I do?
Your
And I just
dad
left
is in
it.
the fucking
I just
Did
left
you
it.
try to
legal
help him at all?
system because
No,
of the
not at
shit
all.
that he just did.
Michael rubs
And
his
you are
head,
just a
possibly to
4-year-old
self-soothe,
child.
and is
You are
told that
4 years
911
old, man.
documented exactly this scenario in chilling detail.
Are you sure they're not breathing? My son's worse. I got him too good. My son is still breathing. He's still breathing? Yes. Can you go over and... No, I can't. I cannot. Why not? I can't look at what I did. Okay, well, you need to face up to the reality of this. You need to go and help him.
As police collect Michael's DNA and take photographs for evidence, they're able to see his injuries more closely. And it only serves to reinforce Michael's violence that morning.
He's literally oh, I don't want to see his fucking gooch
other
again,
side.
dog. I did not give consent to see that fucking... I did not give consent to see the cake or the gooch. They gave him a blanket, but they gotta take pictures. They gotta take fucking. He's coated in blood and shit. I don't need to see it close up. I'm good. I'm actually good. I get it. He's covered in blood.
Was she scratching it?
I don't remember.
He decided to just wear his underwear for whatever fucking reason.
Documents outlining mental health diagnosis remains. While it initially seemed to suggest that Michael may have been researching mental health disorders in order to try and fake crazy and receive leniency, there's likely a simple explanation. People with bipolar disorder are among the hardest to convince of their illness. Because of this, it's not uncommon for mental health professionals to encourage patients to research their condition. It's possible this is what Michael was doing.
Which is crazy, because from the outside looking in, it can be so easy for someone to tell, especially if they're like, it's a close relationship situation. If it's like a friend that you've had for a while, if it's a close family member, it's easy to tell when you know what you're looking at that something's off, that bipolar is present there. But for the actual person, it's hard for them to identify that they are bipolar. It's a double-edged sword that is that mental illness.
For him to have 63 pages
Although I
of
guess
research,
to a certain degree that's a lot of mental illness, but it seems like for bipolar especially,
as they're more likely to send home 1 or 2 pages of information about a diagnosis, leaving the discovery as still very odd. While it's possible that Michael was indeed experiencing psychiatric troubles,
I don't know.
It's equally plausible that he exaggerated symptoms.
This is weird because it's just enough where it's like I could believe that he fucking thought Jesus and Satan was talking to him. But I could also believe that maybe he just decided he didn't like his family.
I don't know why they're so swollen.
Could have been that. Were you hitting him more than you said?
Yeah.
Despite his predicament,
fair.
Or perhaps in an attempt to smooth it over or ignore it, Michael makes casual conversation with the officers.
I'm glad that I'm aware to most of the stuff going on in my brain, and I have certain ways to cope when things get bad.
I had lots of things going on in my
that
mind.
aren't super unhealthy.
Yeah, sorry.
Cuffs were hurting, I'm sure.
Cuffs, yeah.
Because it's easy to try to ignore things, and things just get bad, and you don't realize it until it's really, really bad.
You ever listen to rap or hip hop music at all? Have you heard that new song by The Dream, "Walking on the Moon"?
Not Dream.
You'll know when you hear it. Well, got me walking on the moon. That's nice. The Dream, he's the one that sings, "Shorty is a 10. A 10, yeah.
Motherfucker was talking about using Eminem tracks.
As detectives swab bloodstains from his body,
fucking saying random Eminem lyrics while he was going after his wife.
Fades.
Like, that's okay.
His last remarks are nothing, if not haunting.
That foot sore.
I think it was all just a bad dream. I really think it was just all a bad dream.
After surgery and an extensive stay in ICU, Michael's son eventually recovered. He sustained multiple stab wounds to his torso,
Please
chest,
tell me he didn't go in the
back,
system.
and
Please
wrist,
tell me he went to like a loving family member. Please. Oh my God.
Michael Miller was charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder and 1 count of attempt to commit murder.
Maybe that information isn't public because it's a minor, but I would love to know if he's actually in like an actual loving home right now, because God damn it.
First-degree murder charge, and that his crimes were carried out in an especially heinous, cruel, or depraved manner,
God damn.
warranting aggravating circumstances and consideration for the death penalty. Adriana's sister addressed Michael directly, saying, "She would have done anything and everything for you. She never could have imagined in her worst nightmares that
Again,
one day
though,
she
I'd
would
like
have
to
try
say
protect
this is
herself
one of
from
those cases where it is definitely circumstantial. It's his mix of mental illness, the situation the family was in, because I'm sure, again, there were other stressors that played into this. And I can't help but think it's also the fact that they only knew each other just under a year and a half before they got married because she was knocked up. Like, that, I feel like, does also play into when bad things like this happen. Is it horrible to assume that, or to think that plays a role? Because it's like, brother.
Even so,
because there can be feelings of resentment and other things kind of in that underlying underneath that because of what led to this point. You know what I mean?
Like, Michael accepted a plea deal, and by December, Michael was convicted of both counts of first-degree murder, for which he was given life sentences, as well as another 10.5 years for the attempted murder of his son. There's very little information released publicly about his son Brian and his life after surviving the attack and the loss of his mother and sister.
I hope he's
What can
as
be pieced
happy and
together
healthy
seems
as he
to
can
indicate
be.
that he's living
Unfortunately,
with an
I
aunt,
don't
and
think
that those looking after him have been
he's ever
careful
gonna
to
be
protect
at
him.
110%.
He is likely
but God
either
damn
just turned 18 or will be soon.
Aw. I hope he's thriving in his environment right now. 'Cause goddamn. God damn. What was the next one? Oh, this. Okay, this video was shorter. Okay, we'll go ahead and we'll watch this one as well. My head is still kind of hurting me, so apologies if my commentary is ass on this entire thing, but it is what it is. I was still in the mood to stream. Like I said, I'm in a good mood. It's just my brain hurts. Maybe when you get a girl prego, you should have... Yeah, that's the whole fact. Well, considering there was such a religious element to this case, I'm willing to bet either family or themselves, they weren't comfortable from a religious aspect to abort, which is, in my opinion, very dumb. But my religion doesn't really preach that. My religion is cooler with that. It's like, yeah, you should do what makes you happy and healthy and safe, and you know, that coupled with my upbringing, I'm like, yeah, that's definitely valid. Do not have kids unless you're ready to have kids, because you will fuck them up real good. Let me do this. Where's it at? Boop. There you go. This is Tyler Edmonds. Evil sister frames 13-year-old brother for murder. I'm going to actually pull up I want to share the link just like I did with the last one because I want you guys to be able to check out the channel. This is a new channel. I don't think we've watched anything by their channel on any true crime times before, but it's a channel called Unseen. And if you're interested in the OG video, it's right there. That channel does a lot of stuff. We might check out some more of their content. The videos look like they're documentary style, and they're anywhere between, I think the shortest is like 12 minutes, and the longest I think is like a half an hour or something. My former husband was cool and was practically Aw. Oh yeah, almost. Actually, my Taco Bell also gonna be here soon. That's bussin'. Yeah, I'm in the mood for Taco Bell.
How? I mean, you're telling the truth, right?
Look how fucking crusty, musty, dusty this shit is, dog.
This is 13-year-old Tyler Edmonds. Moments earlier, his...
What do we think of the voice? I don't think it's bad, but I'm not that picky, especially when my brain hurts. I don't know. Again, my upbringing was also somewhat tainted because my mom and my dad have always been open and honest about certain things, and they've always been like, you know what? It is a valid option, and you should not have kids unless you are ready to have kids, and, you know, it's your body, your choice. Both things showed up if you want to grab them. Also, if you grab some of the sour cream from the fridge and chopsticks, I'll be very happy. Okay. Thank you. The food got here. I'm gonna have some fucking Taco Bell dog.
Mother Sharon walked into the sheriff's office, unaware that her son was being interrogated.
I don't have a problem with him talking to you, but I would prefer to be in the room
Sharon.
talking as a minor. And y'all are sitting here doing stuff behind my back.
What she doesn't know is, before she came in, police coerced
Sharon
Tyler
said,
into
nah, I don't trust
confessing to
fuck the
murder
police.
of Joey Fulgham.
Look at me. Look at me. Are you having a problem?
Oh, okay. Alrighty then.
Well, what's wrong? Huh? What's wrong, baby? I ain't calling you first. Okay, what is it first? How?
What the fuck?
Y'all killed him?
The problem is, Tyler
Y'all
is
killed
innocent,
him?
and he's taking the fall to protect someone.
Oh my god.
Tyler, lying. Son, look at me. Did you for real do that, or are you just telling him that? We both did. We both did.
Oh.
Christy had an unusually close relationship with Tyler.
In fact, in one of his school
What
essays,
the
he
hell?
wrote, "I love my sister more than I love myself."
I just wanted to
Oh,
know
what?
that for him.
Okay. Alright, that's a little fucking weird. That's a little fucking weird. There was no bag from Taco Bell? Them shit said it was delivered. they got the order wrong as well. That's epic.
Yeah.
Well, if you guys want to grab what you want to grab, but they definitely got it wrong. This is the dark Mountain Dew flavor. I don't know. I'll grab mystery and then that's cherry. Well, I love that. I'm gonna have to definitely complain to Grubhub. That's epic.
I'll be back in a second.
Give me my phone real quick, so I have to see what the fuck is going on there. Why the fucked up kids? I don't know, man. Both of these cases fall under. Some people just should never have kids. They should never have kids, bro. It's saying it was delivered, but it definitely wasn't. That's epic. Alright, give me 1 second. I gotta double check something for myself, guys. I'll be right back. I'm gonna throw on the be right back screen. I have returned. Moon is just blind. Although, they did fuck up my fucking... I went ahead and ordered Taco Bell, and then I was like, I'll order Slurpees for people, because my family loves Slurpees. They literally got all of the flavors wrong. Like, I'm glad that 4 of them showed up, but they're all the wrong flavors. So, I'm going to complain real quick. Because I'm horrible, but I kind of want to get what I paid for. You know? Let me get my headset on.
Be happy.
He trusted her, and she abused that.
She was a master manipulator.
The extent of what can really only be described as evil, nobody suspected that.
I said, Christy has already told us that you shot Joey.
Christy's trying to put this on you. He said, I don't believe that.
Prosecutors have charged a 13-year-old with capital murder.
He was screaming, Mama, please don't leave me here. It was horrible. It was all about saving my child's life.
May 12th, 2003, Mother's Day, in the small town of Starkville, Mississippi. 13-year-old Tyler Edmonds is eagerly waiting for his big sister Christy to finish packing up for their trip to the beach.
Christy was still in the house and crunked the car up, and I was sitting there messing with the radio waiting for Christy.
As he waited in the back of the car, he heard a loud noise coming out of the house.
And then all of a sudden I just heard this pop. I didn't know what it was. I didn't think anything of it.
Unaware that something had happened, Tyler enjoyed his trip at the beach with his sister until Christy's cell phone started ringing on their way home.
We were heading back. Christy's phone rang, and people were calling her left and right. She just got this look on her face. She said they found Joey dead.
As Joey's wife, Christy quickly became the prime suspect in the case, and this didn't come as a surprise, since everybody in town knew the couple had issues after they saw Christy and Joey debate their marital affairs on the Montel Williams show a few years ago. During the episode, Christy revealed that Joey's last child wasn't actually his.
Your husband agreed to go ahead and, be the father of this baby?
He said that it didn't matter who she belonged to, that he was going to be her daddy. And
what relevance did this play in
What
the
the
investigation? Just because you might
Hold
be a bad
up.
wife does not make you a suspect.
Everybody is a suspect until you start weeding them out.
Christy was quickly arrested, but when the police started questioning her, they were taken aback by her answers.
Christy basically paints Tyler as the mastermind behind Joey's murder. She says it's Tyler who pulled the trigger, that it was Tyler who was motivated by anger directed at Joey.
2 days after the murder, Tyler was brought to the sheriff's office by his mother, Sharon, on the pretense that they had 1 or 2 questions for him. Once there, officers removed her while another deputy led Tyler to the interrogation room, alone.
When they separated us is when the problem started.
For hours, Tyler claimed his innocence until the officers revealed what Christy had told them.
I said, no. And the deputy leaned down and got in my face. He says, are you calling me a liar, boy? And I said, I'm not calling you a liar, but I don't think that my sister would say that.
To either prove their point or try to scare the young boy into confessing, the police brought in Christy.
My sister was in an orange jumpsuit and shackles and handcuffs, and to be quite frank, it scared the out of me.
She was just sniffling and crying. She said, oh my God, Tyler, they're gonna kill me. I'm gonna get the electric chair. You have to help me. And I'm like, I can't help. What am I supposed to do?
Christy asked him to take the blame and promised that, because he was a minor, he would only get a slap on the wrist while she could avoid the death sentence. Scared for his sister's life, Tyler agreed to her plan, but could never have guessed how badly this whole situation would backfire at his trial. When the officers came to remove Christy from the room, Tyler told them he was ready to talk. This is when they turned on the camera and recorded his confession. Outside the room, his mother was worried sick about him.
Minutes later, I start looking for Tyler, and that's when I got to the door where they had interrogated him and taped the confession.
I don't have a problem with him talking to you, but I would prefer to be in the room because he is a minor. And y'all are sitting here doing stuff behind my back.
What's wrong, baby? I ain't calling you. Okay, what is it first?
They have the confession now, even though there's some discrepancy between Christy's version and Tyler's version. They have a confession. They're on solid ground.
Did they shave
when the jury
this boy?
handed over their verdict to the
That's
judge,
fucked up.
Tyler's attorney knew its content before
this
the
whole
judge
fucking
could
thing
even
is
open
so
the
messed
letter.
up. I'm sorry, I've been kind of
jury
quiet.
verdict was returned, I saw
My
a
brain
smile on
starts,
the
but
judge's
this
face
shit
when he
is
looked
the
at verdict.
epitome
It'd been
of
clear to me through the trial.
this shit is the epitome of our fucking criminal justice system failing so badly.
He believed he was guilty and wanted him convicted.
I was sentenced to life without the possibility of parole until age 65. They pushed my mom out, and they put me in handcuffs in a padded cell. There's no toilet, no bed, it was just a little hunch of concrete on the floor.
The death penalty would be so much better than sitting here 24 hours a day for the rest of my life.
I'll never forget the first time that I visited with him was shortly after the conviction, and he was crying. When I went to leave, he was screaming, "Mama, please don't leave me here." It was horrible.
That time in prison took so many experiences away from me. There are things that I saw and experienced that I don't think any child should ever have to experience.
Christ.
Even Joey's family wished they could have obtained justice without imposing this kind of torture onto the young Tyler.
All the Fulgham family wanted is just for him to say what had happened. We just wanted closure more so than we cared about, punishing him for the rest of his life.
For 5 long years, Tyler wasted away inside Walnut Grove, the largest youth correctional facility in the United States. Throughout this time, only one person inspired him enough to keep going.
My mother, that is one of the toughest women that I know. I knew that she would never give up. Every court proceeding she was there, every visitation she was there.
As a single mother with very few resources, Sharon Clay had to make a choice. If she ever wanted to free her son, she'd need to make huge sacrifices.
My mom literally gave up everything that she had, her life, her house, her husband, her financial security.
Tyler's defense was pretty expensive, but I had liquidated everything I had, and I'll be in debt for the rest of my life.
God
it was all about
damn.
saving my child's life. And when you go to save your child's life, what is your child's life worth? What is your child's life worth?
That fucked up, though.
Throughout the years, Jim Wade, Tyler's attorney, never backed down.
I know, right?
On the contrary, he did everything he
Right?
could to fight off the court's decision.
Jim never gave up, kept on fighting even after Tyler was convicted.
I became convinced that there were so many errors in the trial that surely this would be reversed.
Reversed convictions in Mississippi are extraordinarily rare. And to think that the second trial could have a different outcome of not guilty, that was a stretch.
But Wade cared about the truth, not his odds of winning. And in 2007, the court ruling was overturned.
I got
when he
refunded for the
discovered that
Slurpees because I didn't
pathologist
actually
who
get the
handled
fucking
Joey's
flavors
body
I
was
ordered.
uncertified.
This
At
is
this point,
bussin'.
the state didn't want a retrial. Instead, they
I don't
offered
mind
the now
paying for
18-year-old
shit.
Tyler a manslaughter
I don't
plea
mind paying
deal,
for shit when I
guaranteeing
get
his
what I
release
order.
if he pled guilty to killing Joey. But Tyler was innocent and ready to risk everything in a second trial to prove it.
If he had taken the manslaughter plea, he would have been out of jail in just a few months. Whereas if he goes to trial and is convicted, he gets life in prison. But that was the strongest indication to me that Tyler was innocent.
Every now and then, I've come across an attorney who has been just incredible.
This is why you have so many cases where people plead guilty to things when it gets to the court level of things, because it happens pretty fast. Where people who are not guilty of things will still plead guilty to certain things in the criminal court because they get like smaller sentences. Like, because of this shit, right? Because if you fucking go for it again and God forbid you fail, the repercussions are terrifying. It's not, okay, getting stuff for free in the context of someone fucking up my order at like a restaurant or a store or something is less stressful for me, because it's like, I literally just show, look, I got the wrong thing. I'm slightly unhappy because I ordered a thing for a reason and they refund. So it's like, okay. Imagine a justice system where people aren't treated like animals. Hard to imagine. I live in the U.S.
Emotionally invested in their client. And I think Jim Wade is one
Taco
of those.
Bell nachos
Wade's
minus
first
the
witness
cheese tip.
was Christy herself, who had been sentenced to death following her own murder trial 4 years ago.
I thought she's got nothing to lose. Maybe she'll tell the truth. Would you state your name, please, ma'am?
Christy Fulgham.
Miss Fulgham, you're Tyler Edmonds' sister, is that correct?
On the advice of my attorney, I'm not answering any questions.
And she takes the fifth to every question.
On the prosecution side, Tyler was called to the stand, where the DA directly asked him about the confession.
Did you lie when you gave that statement?
Yes, sir, I did.
And how did you lie?
By saying that I had something to do with the murder of Joey Fulgham.
Why did you lie?
Protect my sister.
It's not easy to believe that somebody that looks like him committed this crime. There's only one person in this courtroom who is an admitted liar, and that's the person sitting over there in between his two lawyers. His whole defense is, I'm a liar.
What the
Folks,
fuck?
somebody who will lie, protect his sister, will lie to protect
That's fucked up,
himself.
but true.
But after 5 years of preparation, Jim Wade had a lot more tricks up his sleeve. Starting with the surprise witness, Danny Edmonds, Tyler and Christy's estranged father.
So Christy came to your house, and tell the jury what y'all discussed at your house when Christy came over there.
She asked me for a gun, that she wanted to kill Joey. And I asked her why. And she said he was mean to her. And
What
it
the
is.
fuck?
And I told her, just leave it. And she said, no, he's got a life insurance policy.
For years, independently from Sharon, Danny attempted to get his voice heard by the authorities, who ignored him due to his son's false confession, even though the Starkville police were aware that Christy was after Joey's insurance money.
I was at work.
What the fuck, man?
From Christy. She asked me about Joey's life
It just
insurance
keeps
policy.
it keeps getting worse and
who
worse,
the
bro.
beneficiary was.
With the clear motive for Christy, Wade thought he garnered the jury's favor, but the DA went ahead and showed them the confession to rally them to his side instead.
I get that they kind of sort of have to, like they're following the rules, but bro,
Me and Christy did it. Those are this defendant's words, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. They are not mine.
Without video evidence of Christie's intervention and subsequent manipulation of her brother during Tyler's 2003 interview, Wade tried to bring in a false confession expert to the stand, a request the judge refused.
For Jim Wade and the defense,
why would you refuse
it was a huge blow not to be able to call this expert witness involved.
I don't understand that. Because for me, right, if you're thinking about it logically, which it's hard to because it's court, but if you think about it logically, the idea of court is to show both sides of the story and to use professionals, witnesses, experts to explain certain parts of things, to highlight why your side is correct versus the other side, or why someone did something over why someone didn't do something. And in a situation like this, why wouldn't you let that fucking person testify? I don't understand that. But you'll show the fucking confession. Huh?
Those confessions.
But once again,
That's so
Wade
fucking
bounced back.
stupid.
He showed the jury a clip of his own. In Tyler's confession, the boy claimed that he saw Joey's blood splatter on his bed after he allegedly shot him.
So he actually did.
How do you know that it did?
Just saw some blood.
Which, according to the new court-appointed pathologist, is impossible with such a small wound from a .22 caliber rifle.
Goes in and does significant damage inside the brain. But in this kind of a wound, the bleeding doesn't start right away.
Wade then showed pictures of the crime scene to the jury and read some of the CSI report from May 10, 2003, claiming that the scene was pristine, with no blood in sight and no trace of evident cleaning or dissimulation.
There's a discrepancy there between what he says he saw and what the evidence would have looked like. For Tyler, everything's at stake here. Tyler's entire life is at stake.
Why did he tell you that you had to take the blame for it?
Because nothing would happen to me because I was under 18, and that if I didn't, then they would kill her, and that I would never see her or her kids again.
After pointing out Tyler's ability to lie and using his own words against him, the district attorney tried to convince the jury one last time in his final address.
Christy Fulgham did not act alone. She found someone who was willing to go into that room with her with a .22 rifle, pointed at the back of Joey Fulgham's head. The question is, though, is he to be held accountable?
To which Jim Wade answered with a call of faith.
The prosecutor made a very emotional argument like he knows what happened. Well, he wasn't there. He does not know what happened. But I do know this. One day we're going to all stand there before God and we're going to give an account. If I were sitting on this jury, I'd a lot rather be up there telling God I voted that child not guilty.
That is messed up. Also, I hate when God is brought into the court because I'm like, motherfucker, no, stop. You should be going off of facts, which comes back to the whole, all of the professionals should be allowed to testify. Like, I hate that.
Than telling my boy false witness against my neighbor.
Imagine what Daddy
4
God
hours
Jesus
later,
would think.
the jury reached
like,
a
shut
unanimous verdict.
The jury has turned a verdict of not guilty.
Hey!
You are hereby discharged.
Let's fucking
you may go.
I'm relieved. I've been praying for this for almost 6 years. It's been torture. I'm just glad that I can move on with my life. God is good, and I've prayed how I couldn't pray anymore. God is great. And my family and my friends have all supported me.
Like, again, it's
Though
good that
Tyler was prepared to face a
good that he
lifetime in
didn't have
prison
to
to
spend a
assert his
lifetime in
innocence,
prison,
he was
right?
finally free.
But at the
Jim
same
Wade
time,
and
he
Sharon's
lost
long
so many
battle
years.
was over, and the attorney couldn't be prouder of his client's resilience
Yeah,
and
boy.
strength throughout the years.
I told Tyler this morning, my life is, coming close to its end, and his is just beginning. So he has all the potential in the world. Now that this burden's lifted, there's no telling what this young man will accomplish.
In 2010, Christie, too, was retried. Extensive investigation proved that she was the one who had committed the murder, and that she had planned it for over 3 years. Coincidentally, she started asking around about Joey's life insurance and how to obtain a gun around the same exact time she started hanging out with Tyler.
I want to know why.
What the fuck?
Because there's part of me that believes that she knew what she was going to do, and that maybe she got close to me just to use me as a scapegoat. There's part of me that honestly believes that.
But the most difficult part of this entire ordeal is the effect it had on Joey's family.
You can't forget that Joey lost his life. And while I can pick up my pieces slowly and try to put them back together, he can't.
Immediately after his release, Tyler returned home with his mother, but it wasn't long before the need to spread his own wings pulled him towards a new life.
I left Mississippi because I didn't know where else in Mississippi I could go, where I could be anyone other than the Tyler from 5 o'clock news. I changed. This is what happened with my life, and I needed to figure out who I was.
After graduating as an emergency medical technician, Tyler moved to Arizona and worked for the U.S. Department of Defense.
Ridiculous.
Over there, he also became
100%.
an activist fighting
Yo,
for the rights
if you
of
actually like dig into it right and you look into like wrongful convictions that have like been overturned and shit, where people spend years in prison, it's terrifying to see how much. It's not just prison that ages you. It's just, I feel like it's also the stress and anxiety and having to literally fight for your life. You are literally fighting for the rest of your life. In the most, like, literal sense. And I think it's sadder. Like, yes, again, I'm really glad he got out when he did. And you could look at it from, like, a glass half full perspective. It's like he still has so much life left. But, like, again, he was robbed of, like, crucial years of his life. Absolutely crucial years of his life. Luckily, it looks like he had an awesome fucking support system. Like, God bless. But there are some cases that are so sad where motherfuckers spend 10, 20, 30, 40 years in prison actively fighting a sentence, actively fighting a crime that they didn't do to be released in their later years. And it's like, there's just so much of your life just gone. There's so much of your fucking life just gone. So many chances, so many, like, there's so much shit that could have happened there. And unfortunately, I've also noticed with a lot of the people that are older, they don't have that support system. Because you have people that, like, lose faith in your word and lose faith in the fact that you aren't guilty because of the, you know, years and years and years of you still being in prison and all of this kind of bullshit. And that's so fucked up. But if prison wasn't a death camp where we housed slaves. Facts, brother. Well, I mentioned it before, but for me, the biggest thing is, other than, like, the big issues when it comes to the court system just altogether, for prison itself, we don't focus on reforming people. We don't focus on bettering people. It really feels like we don't give a fuck. And it's so sad, because if you look at other countries, there are so many other countries where they're focusing on the idea of it. The idea of prison is to, yes, you are getting punished, but it's also to try to better yourself to better society. So that way you don't leave prison and, God forbid, reoffend or, you know, come close to doing anything as to what you were originally sent there for. You know, where you got prisons in different countries where they're, like, making their own food and using, like, actual knives and shit. I feel like it's not that hard. I mean, even just basic shit. Starting with basic shit like drug rehabilitation programs and, like, literally anything to help out. An interest in education. Like, it feels like from everything that I've seen, because I don't have, obviously, personal experience with a situation. I've never been to prison, but it feels like if you want to get, like, basic education while you're in prison, or you want to get things that will help you, you want to better yourself, a huge chunk of it you just can't do. It's just not going to happen. And the other little bit that you can try to do, you have to fight tooth and nail for. And I feel like those are things you shouldn't have to fight tooth and nail for. It just shouldn't be a thing. You should just be able to do those things. Because I feel like everyone on the outside should inherently want you to be better, do better, and get better.
Children in the legal system.
Children should not be allowed legally to speak to a police officer without an attorney present.
I agree with this. Here's the thing. I agree with this across the board. I think adults should be smart enough and educated enough, and I hate to say it like that. I feel like people should be well informed enough that if they have an encounter with the police, or especially interrogation rooms for some fucking reason, they do not speak to anyone unless they have legal representation or legal counsel. I just feel like that should be an across-the-board thing. And especially with minors, I don't think I've seen some bullshit having to do with, like, you have minors in school, and they'll pull them out of school without letting the parents know and start to, like, question them and shit. And I'm like, there's no world where that should be legal. That should not be allowed. Like, there's no universe where you could present me with that situation and I'll be like, yeah, that makes sense. That's cool. No. What? I used to get these YouTube shorts from an ex-con, and everything he said sounded like absolute abject horror. And no one, not even him, seemed to see what he was saying. It's crazy, bro. It's fucking nuts. And like I said, for people who don't know, you should deep dive, like, actual prison stories, overturn convictions and that in the U.S. and how our prison system works in the U.S. And then you should deep dive just random prisons and how prisoners are treated in other countries. Because it's fucking baffling to, like, see the comparison. It is nuts. And the actual fucking, like, there are studies out to actually show how much better people in other countries do coming out of prison and, like, continuing on with their life and not reoffending and not having certain issues. And, like, it's all there. It's not like it's there. It takes 2 seconds to look this up. Yeah, the whole interrogating minors thing is one of the biggest upsets for me, period. Like, I forget the fucking name of it. The fucking documentary that, like, went really fucking big on Netflix not too long ago, a little bit ago, that involved that. That literally was the case. You had the cops pull these minors in, or this minor in, while he was in school, without letting his fucking guardians know, and he ended up confessing because he was led to believe he could just go home after. Like, that is... It just shouldn't be allowed. That confession should not have been allowed to be used. I don't care what the fuck anything has to do. It should not have been used. And the fact that it can be held over your head for years and years and years, it fucking blows my mind. It absolutely blows my mind. I'm pretty sure some states have a law against interrogating minors without their guardians, but the U.S. is cool and states get to just ignore it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, they either come up with some bullshit excuse, and it's really sad because in some cases the cops they'll come up with some bullshit excuse like, well, we tried to contact them, but, like, we couldn't get to them. And if you actually look at, like, call logs and stuff, that just didn't happen. They're just straight up lying. And it's like, what? Huh? Not to mention that you have minors are still developing. You have police literally can lie to you in the interrogation room, and that's as an adult. Like, as a fucking adult, they can just lie to your face. How easy would it be to trick a fucking preteen, teen, a minor? Jesus Christ. I fucking saw that video recently. I should have played it on this fucking live. But that fucking dude, the body cam footage for that's so bad. Oh my god. I hope to God. I haven't looked into the actual, like, specific details or if anything's happening. But, like, I hope to God that individual gets money from the state. Oh, I need to find it. The fucking Acorn video. The fucking Acorn... Acorn Cop. Is he just called Acorn Cop now? Can I see something that doesn't... Can I actually see something that doesn't have fucking commentary on it? I just want to see the video. There's so much commentary. And Acorn started it. No, this is Penguin Zero. No, I'm not looking at Moist Criticals. I just want to see an actual clip. Of course it's... Oh, I didn't even clock that. Of course it's in Florida. Jesus Christ. Florida is a fucking wild dog.
Nice freeze frame.
Yeah. Here, I think this is the whole video. Wart. How are you doing, brother man? No! See, this is why I'm downloading videos now, because I don't want motherfuckers to have to see ads. Ads are the worst. Okay, I think this shows it off. I think this one shows it off. I was trying to get one that didn't have commentary because, like, everyone reacted to it or is reacting to it. Which, I mean, valid because it's fucking wild, but Jesus Christ. Florida deputy mistakes falling acorn for gunshot, fires into patrol car with handcuffed man inside. Because that fucking makes sense, bro. What's sad is, and before I play this, because I'm going to interrupt the audio, what's sad is I've already seen this video, and you can't even hear the acorn falling in the actual body cam footage. So, like, how the fuck do you mistake that for gunfire? How is that even possible? I've heard guns in real life, dog. I live in the ghetto. How? And my brain immediately goes back to, what are the thoughts of the motherfucker sitting in the back of the cop car? Like, I would fucking piss myself, dog. Like, what are you talking about? I'm handcuffed. This shit is wild. Like, you can't even hear it. He's just strolling along and all of a sudden, shots fired! Motherfucker, huh? The barrel rolls, though. This man has the moves.
Shots fired!
That was either 11 or 12 shots. He fired 11 or 12 shots at an unarmed, handcuffed man because he mistook a fucking acorn that you cannot fucking hear on the body cam for a gunshot. What the fuck? Bro, this is beyond some fucking meth head shit, dog. This is just... This man has played too much... I'm sorry, more than 11. This man has played too much GTA. Like, what? The fucking crawl! The fucking crawl!
Do you know your tag number off the top of your head? Okay, it's okay. What?
What? Jesus Christ. Did they both shoot at him?
Jesse, are you okay? Get in the house! Get in the house! Jesse! Get back! Where is he? Where is he?
She is like on point, but I want to know, I didn't catch, did she fire? Did she also fire? I'm going to lose my goddamn mind if that's the case. I can't.
43, give me
Because of the angle, I couldn't
fired,
tell.
Shots fired. I got a deputy down.
I think he's the only one who unloads his gun. Like, this is just comical, dude. Fucking in a residential area at a locked at one of their own locked vehicles to a handcuffed motherfucker. Like, it can't get any worse than that, in my opinion. Like, ugh.
Dude, am I hit?
Dude, am I hit? How the fuck do you not know if you've been...
All right.
Ah!
Went numb for a second. I heard a pop come from... Go this way. Can you move?
Yeah, the officer who initiated the shooting resigned. I hope to God he got bullied. I hope he got bullied by all the other fucking cops. Because could you imagine this piece of shit walking into the station anytime after this? Like, I hope he got bullied so hard, dude. Bro wanted to be a school shooter, but didn't get the chance as a kid. He plays... No, I'm willing to put down money. He's played the Nutcracker. I'm willing to bet that this motherfucker just too much GTA. Absolutely too much GTA. He took that roleplay a little too serious. Oh, no. There you go. No. Yeah, but that, oh my God. I think I saw Moist Critical react to that, like, right after it was dropped. And I saw the actual footage around the same time as well, like, without any commentary. And I was just like, what? And the fact he tries to act like he's actually been shot. It's like when a toddler is pretending to fucking... It's like Cops and Robbers, but it's scary because it's with an actual cop that unloads his full clip at an unarmed, handcuffed individual. Hey, you huh? You what? That's epic, dog. That's beautiful. As much as I'd love to stay alive. Actually, my head is actually starting to feel better now as I have to get off. He probably saw that one piece of footage of the Oklahoma woman who managed to get out of her cuffs and grab the rifle in the car and start shooting. And here's the thing. There's no excuse. I can't even devil's advocate this shit. There's no fucking excuse, dude. Like, I can't even. I was about to say, like, I mean, things do happen, but no! There was nothing! No! Like, good lord. So dumb. So stupid. Alrighty, that's gonna be it. I was possibly gonna throw out another video, but it's almost midnight my time, so. He is definitely. He had to have been like an avid LARPer at some point. That fucking barrel roll. And the crawling away. I was originally thinking maybe we could look at, I don't know if you guys remember, we looked at it a little bit ago, but we looked at a case on a true crime time where this woman called 911 to scare her, either her boyfriend or her husband, with the threat of law enforcement. What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about, Reaper. I don't know if you guys remember, but it was this woman, very loud, very annoying, blonde hair. She was annoyed because she was on her way to work when the police pulled up, but she used her secondary cell phone to make a panicked call that she was in danger because either her husband or her boyfriend was being abusive, and then she like hung up. So cops, of course, showed up concerned that it might have been a dangerous domestic violence situation, and she faked everything because she wanted to scare her boyfriend / husband. What the hell? She apparently was involved in another mishap. The same fucking person. She apparently had a complete meltdown after having a minor fender bender recently, so I was thinking we could look at that, but I don't have the time to look at that tonight, so we'll have to do that. I might do that randomly tomorrow, since tomorrow I do have off. The only stream playing tomorrow is 3 p.m. Gonna be playing some more Resident Evil with Endo. What you talking about, Reaper? What's going on there, brother man? But yeah. So, maybe tomorrow, maybe next True Crime Time, I'm going to keep it saved on my PC. Just loop the Acorn Cop for the rest of the night. No, I'm good. I'm absolutely fine. Reaper, have you seen my models? Because I know this is a new change. Were you here for the fucking comeback stream after my hiatus where I was gone forever? Were you here for that, brother man? No? Oh, shit. These are all redeemable, and I'm only doing this because it's the end of stream. And Wizards fucking Booba Sands. It's been an hour, so I can legally take it off, and I'm fine. So this is me. This is also me. Oh, this is the better me. I don't like having to throw my fucking jaw on. Then there's the come and go. We love the come and go. Yeah. And then there's this one. Yeah, boy. Oh, shit. I need to take a shit. Valid. Honestly, it was like I said, the first couple of streams back, it was the weirdest thing ever to not like default just stream when I was bored. It was kind of funky fresh. And it made coming back a little more exciting. Also, this ugly motherfucker. Yeah. This ugly motherfucker is the MS Paint one. Absolutely cursed. Actually made in MS Paint, by the way. But yeah. This is classic me. This is me. You stupid. Yo, let's go. I haven't played any of those games because it looks difficult. Elden Ring looks difficult. What the hell? No. No. This one was like a funny one to do too. This one was nice. Play any of those games? It's pretty easy. I'm almost planning all of the Souls games. Very nice. Epic. Very epic. Why do I have 6 viewers at almost fucking midnight my time? Y'all need to sleep more. Goddamn. What the fuck, zombie? Yeah. Yeah. That design, this design is actually available on my merch store too. You can get that design on a t-shirt. Sellout moment. Shameless sellout self-promotion moment. This is a fact. I mean, it's late to be streaming for me because usually Moon has to go to bed. I got special permissions for her to stay up a little bit. Yeah, boy. Honestly, that is one of my favorite, like, designs. I like things that give optical illusion effects, especially when they're funky fresh. And I made it rainbow. It's a little gay, too, which is epic. I support that. How do you not support that? What the hell? Y'all don't have all the all week off? What? Yo! Bro, I have the opposite issue. I need some fucking tea, dog. I've done more research and it still just hits me in the face that like it'll take me forever to possibly maybe start HRT, so it's just not really an option for me right now. I love that. That's epic. I forgot President's Day is a thing. This is so sad. Guys, did you pray to Obama today? You should. Actually, wait, I can't get over how that fucking cop, bro. I can't. Nice. Around the world. Okay. Alright. Hypnotic. I know. You've mentioned stuff. You've mentioned stuff, brother man. For some reason, Miyazaki and the guy who made Game of Thrones making Elden Ring. I don't know what that means, but hell yeah, dog. Helped. Oh, okay. Did they? What? Huh? I know you've mentioned Hypnotic. Goddamn. You know what I'm probably going to want to play tomorrow that I'm probably not going to get to play, but I'm probably going to want to play more Lethal Company. That shit bussin'. I know, part of me wants to take advantage of having, like, the first day not having any plans, first half of the day having no planned streams, and maybe tackle some more of the emote stuff that I've been kind of putting off / very slowly doing. There's more animated emote slots I have for the channel, and I kind of want to, like, actually make some animated emotes. I also want to touch up one of the ones that we currently have just to make it look a little better. I don't have the money for Helldivers, goddamn. I don't... Stop. You need to stop. Where is it for the animated ones? Oh, just Edge one. I feel like I can do better with the eyes. So I kind of want to, like, edit that one a little bit. But I also have, like, a bunch of animated emotes I want to do. I made a knife emote. What the fuck? What are you talking about? Knife. Wait, but you need to save. Well, yeah. Okay, that game looks fun. Again, unfortunately, I don't have, like, a ton of money. I have to spend within reason right now, so. I really don't want to have to keep boiling water just to have, like, nice baths and showers. It's so much effort. My PS4 is too old for the game to even notice I'm an invader there in the boss room and I'm not supposed to still be here. And also, what the hell? One that moves? What do you mean? The fuck are you talking about? I'm doing really basic animated. I don't really enjoy pirating games, if that's what you're trying to ask me, Reaper. I'd rather just get the thing. I'm boring. I don't know if I'll tackle a moving knife emote at this moment. I kind of want to practice just doing a few animated emotes in general because I don't have a lot of experience doing that, and then maybe I'll branch out from that with like more involved ones. Dude, I still have some ideas for some static emotes, but all those slots are full. So my thought process is I'll sit down, I'll finally finish all of the emotes at some point within the next like half a month to a month, and then I'll just pick what my favorite ones are and I'll change up what we have. Man, shut up. Okay, I didn't say I don't. I said specifically with games. You fool. Also, that's the whole mood, say potassium. I agree with you. Bussin'. Moon is still painting, even though it's almost midnight. You know you gotta go to bed soon, right? What are you painting? Okay. She just shrugged her shoulders. She don't even know what she's making. This is epic. You enjoying the big gulp that isn't correct? Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah.
Cause
what?
Endo's happy because mom didn't want hers, so he has 2 of them.
Oh, what the fuck? So do I. This song actually isn't that bad. Super Earth is different from Earth, you fools. What are you talking about? Alrighty, I should probably cut the stream for real. I'm 8 minutes away from it being midnight my time. I'm going to get up, stretch my legs. I ate nachos from Taco Bell, but I got like an actual rice bowl that's actual substance. I might probably eat that. And I'm going to curl up and watch something on either YouTube or, I don't know. I'll watch something. I'm definitely going to be here around 3 p.m. With Endo for some Resident Evil. Yeah, I think they knew. I don't know if I'm going to do any streams before the plane stream tomorrow. If I do, I'll try to keep you guys updated in the Discord. More than likely, I'll try to do other stuff, but I'm not completely writing it off just because I tend to really go by mood. And, yeah. I don't know what mood I'm going to be in. I don't know if I'm going to sleep in a ton. I don't know. I really don't know. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Right now I make... Do I want to disclose how much I make on stream? I'm actually going to hold off on it for like... Right now. I make minimum wage. Yeah. I think I actually make just above minimum wage. Because I've been working for the same place for 5 years, which is epic. That is also true. Epic. But yeah, that's my plans for tonight. I don't know how late I'm staying up. That'll be up to my insomnia and my own brain hole. That's part of what's going to play into what I do tomorrow. But I'll at least be playing. We're going to try to finish Resident Evil 3, and we might start Resident Evil 4. We'll see what happens. It depends on everything. Also, if Endo does a big oopsie and doesn't wake up until really late into the day, like right before the stream, it might actually be Dead Space. You know? No, I didn't play. We didn't play any. Part of the problem was the last time I had RE3 planned before the hiatus that I did, Endo didn't fucking wake up until like 10 minutes before the stream, and then he got butthurt when I was like, no. Because he got up, and then I get chewed out if he doesn't do the basic chores he has in the house. And it's like, yeah, he's an adult, and I'm not taking that. I can play other video game, you fool. But yeah. So we'll see what happens. Part of it's down to Endo, part of it's down to me. I don't know. We will see. This has been pretty chill, though. I've had a pretty okay time, even if my brain was hurting a lot for like a chunk of that stream. My head's actually feeling a little better now, so like I said, I'm just gonna get comfy, throw on my comfiest hoodie, curl up, eat some food, so I have some actual food in my gut, and probably watch something on YouTube and zone out. Epic. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for lurking. Thank you for being here. It means a ton to me. Yeah, unfortunately, that is a thing in my household. Share it in the Discord, and I will definitely check that shit out, Reaper. But yeah, thank you so much for being here. It means a ton to me. Till next stream, friends. Goodbye.